quit that. Trying to find me because I'm bald. You might have hair, but you got no balls. You live in a trash can outside your house, and I mistook you for Oscar the Grouch. The supermarket smells like booze. You're sometimes wasted, but you always lose. Give up.
Hachi Machi, we're coming at you hotter than a medevac helicopter on Burmont Avenue. Tonight we've got the heroic story of the Burmont Hawk Down, the Delco Donnie Darko story, or what was the other one we had? The Miracle in Burmont.
The Miracle in Burmont.
We're going to claim that we started that, no matter what. We've got a play-by-play, minute-by-minute analysis, interviews with people who were there, interviews with people who heard about it, interviews with people who claimed they were there but weren't, all sorts of things. We've got big Trauble in Little Prospect as we look at the realms of what is essentially slander when it comes to social media and how what is the limit? How can you respond? People trying to bury each other over wild accusations, whatnot. We've got a couple of anniversaries, including our own today. And we've got Al really wanted people to put together their favorite Facebook posts that I have made over the years on my personal account.
We're going to play a little game with it. Was he loaded or not when he wrote this?
There's a
100%.
chance
Yeah.
yes. If you give me a calendar, I can tell you how drunk I was.
Well, I think with mine, I did put the dates.
Okay.
So
okay.
that's
I will pull
there.
out a calendar and see. If it's a Sunday afternoon, oh boy, you know that blood alcohol level is more than 0.08. So obviously we're going to start with the Burmont Hawk Down. But Al, tell us about our beautiful sponsors beforehand.
All right, guys, let's start with Vegas Vapes at vegasvapes.com. Find it at Bryn Mawr, Folsom, Trapp, and Upper Darby. Facebook, the Googler, Instagram, all the places to get your social media.
What else, Al?
What?
The one that deletes itself?
Oh, the Snapper Chats?
The Snapper Chat.
Snapper Chats, yes. Don't forget to go to vegasvapes.com. They're online.
More energy!
No.
Titty Mow!
Tits.
Don't forget to go to their online store.
There we go. WANBC.
WANBC. Check out their online store for all their curbside pickup, delivery options, and everything else you need to go. Go to vegasvapes.com. Don't forget, another great website you can hit up is fatcaljerky.com because you can still get 20% off using the Delco promo. That's right. Just go to the promo code, type in Delco, and get 20% off anything at fatjerky.com.
FatCalJerky.com.
Fatcaljerky.com. That's how I said it right? Okay.
Fat Jerky was my Zanga blog. Back
Zanga.
Utterly perfect jerky. Also follow them on Facebook and the Instagrammers. Don't forget Dolan's Bar, the most Delco bar, 24 East Sellers Avenue in Ridley Park. They have a lot of things going on over there. Some of the stuff has passed that's on the graphics here, but there's still Quizzos on Tuesday night, so you can actually be over there watching the show and playing Quizzo at the same time. It's a great time. Don't forget Mexican Mondays, $2 tacos, $4 margaritas, $4 Mexican beers from 4 p.m. to midnight. Soup's back on, and those delicious tacos that we had here with Wolf's and PJ here last week, or 2 weeks ago, I should say, are now going to start being available in pop-ups. They had their first one Sunday. I believe Holbrook, you went out and got yourself some tacos at that.
Daniel was there.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel, were there?
I was.
Got to go round two, right? So go to dolansbar.com or follow them on Facebook and Instagram, and as well as the Twitter. So check it out.
They have a Snapper Chat as well.
They do. I don't know if that's supposed to be public knowledge.
Oh,
Twitter is.
It's mainly just PJ's balls.
Oh, shit balls. Literally shit balls.
Yes, yes.
So, the big story in Delaware County over the last
and in the country, dude.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
We're finally we're as big of a deal as we feel. It was about we got the show on the big screen. Oh, it was approximately 7.5 days ago.
It's out of its bra.
7.5 days ago, Delco found its way into the spotlight. X marks the spot, and we didn't choose it, but we lived up to it.
No.
You know me. As soon as I heard about it, I had to start following because it was such a ridiculous thing to hear come across the work bullpen of there's a helicopter that just crashed in Burmont. I was like, well, let's look into that egregious claim. And I was glued to it from the minute I saw it. I went and checked it out every day like it was a fucking holy shrine. Been sticking with it, and I pieced together because I like to document things. I put together a full minute-by-minute breakdown of the entire event, as told by a Delconian. This spans 4 states and 6 days. Would you like to hear, Al?
I sure hope so, because that's the plan.
Okay.
It's on the paper here. It says Holbrook's going to tell the story about the helicopter.
Burmont Hawk Down, the Delco Donnie Darko story. Setting! January 11th, 2022, 7:10 a.m., Upper Darby Township, Pennsylvania. The Upper Darby, Garriford, Highland Park, etc. firefighters and EMS shake off their minor hangovers from watching Georgia defeat Alabama in the NCAA championship the night before and get to their respective locations to start their lengthy shifts. It's a brisk morning, but not uncommon for January in the Mid-Atlantic. They expect to face through the day, maybe some slip and falls, maybe some space heaters starting a fire or two, maybe some minor fender benders with the drivers faking injuries for insurance money. They sit down to catch up on Snapchats from overnight. Setting! January 11, 2022, 8 a.m. Fairfax County, Virginia. 52-year-old Daniel, or Daniel with an A, Moore, wakes up to a cold Tuesday morning in the Mid-Atlantic. He is a medevac helicopter pilot for an independent company based out of Colorado, but currently stationed in the Washington, D.C. Beltway area. With 27 years' experience as a helicopter and commercial airline pilot, previously flying for the Army, the National Guard, private airlines, the CIA, this cat's seen some shit. He works 24-hour shifts on standby in case there's an emergency and wheels need to go up on the fly. He thinks back to his youth in Minnesota and how the Vikings suck. He watches Good Morning America. John Cena is the guest. And he waits by the phone for any calls to come in. Setting! January 11, 2022, 8:45 a.m. Drexel Hill Methodist Church, Drexel Hill, Pennsylvania. Mary Marie O'Donnell, a made-up Delco name. Don't go looking for her on Facebook. You might find 10.
Isn't that Jesus' mom?
Yes.
Jesus.
Frantically, Mary Marie O'Donnell drops off her daughter, Breakstelin. She drops her off at daycare, which is held in the church offices, as she's running late for her job at the Springfield Mall Auntie Anne's. She kisses her goodbye and says, "See you at 5 p.m., Breakstelin." Setting. January 11th, 2022, 9:35 a.m. Lansdowne, Pennsylvania. Hollywood Holbrook wakes up for his 9 a.m. shift in Media, Pennsylvania. He thinks, "I smell of Rumpelmans. This counts as brushing my teeth," and he heads to work. Setting. January 11, 2022, 9:36 a.m. Location. Wellspan Chambersburg Hospital, Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. The little town in Franklin Township, 84 miles southwest of Harrisburg and lined up underneath Penn State, but right on the Mason-Dixon line dividing Maryland and Pennsylvania. A 2-month-old girl, or, I'm sorry, a baby, because it's 2022 and we cannot assume the child's gender, is brought into the emergency room. The doctors quickly realize that this may be out of Pennsyltucky's hands. This infant needs specialized help. But where and how? Pittsburgh sucks, so rule that out. Washington, ew. Baltimore, more ew. That leaves the bright lights and gunshot-filled skies of the birthplace of freedom and home base of liberty, Philadelphia. The doctors say, your daughter needs emergency, specialized help that only Children's Hospital of Pennsylvania can provide. According to MapQuest, that's a long-ass ride, and we don't have an ambulance that can handle this. Setting. January 11, 2022. 10:15 a.m. Fairfax County, Virginia. A phone rings to the tune of Bad to the Bone on the coffee table of Daniel Moore. He says, "Hello, this is the fucking Sky Pimp." And on the other end, it's doctors from Chambersburg Hospital going, "We need you to get here and fly this infant to CHOP in Philadelphia." He says, "Let me put my gargantuan balls away and wrestle a fucking alligator for fun. I'll be there in 30 minutes. The doctor says, "But it's a 45-minute drive." Moore says, "Did I fucking stutter, egghead? I said 30 minutes. We assume he got on his Harley, shirtless and flexing, blasting Rebel Yell by Billy Idol, and pointing to himself at the chorus where they yell, "More, more, more," because it's his name. Setting. January 11, 2022. 10:35 a.m. Setting or location: Richard A. Henson Field in Hagerstown, Maryland. A grounds crew gets the heads up that Captain Daniel Moore is on his way and start de-icing and defrosting LifeNet 8-1MD, a Eurocopter EC-135 built in France. No wonder it fucking crumbled. It is 33 feet long, 11 feet high, 3,208 pounds. They fuel it up for the flight to Chambersburg and ultimately Philadelphia. Moments later, a Harley comes crashing through the gate, and you hear women shouting, "Oh my God, check out that massive bulge, for Captain Moore has arrived." A ground tech says, "You are ready for takeoff." Captain Moore retorts with, I'm always ready for takeoff, nerd," and departs Hagerstown, Maryland for the isolated town of Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Setting: January 11, 2022, 12:01 p.m. Trophy Tavern, Drexel Hill. The daytime crowd watches SportsCenter for the third time that day, complaining about the same segments that they've already complained about twice. Setting: January 11, 2022, 12:02 p.m. Drexel Hill Methodist Church. The daycare feeds their kids some Lunchables and Capri Suns. They're allowed to run around in the gym before story time at 1 p.m. Setting: January 11, 2022, 12:03 p.m. Firehouses and EMT rooms around Upper Darby, PA. That's where it took place at. Firefighters, EMTs, EMSs put their lunch orders in at Pika's, San Gillo's, Paul Revere, etc. Just a lazy day watching Maury and Steve Wilkos running out the clock. Setting: January 11, 2022, 12:06 p.m. Location: Wellspan Chambersburg Hospital Helipad, Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Captain Moore executes a perfect landing blindfolded with no hands while doing a Sudoku puzzle. The ground tech says, "Nice landing." Captain Moore states, "Avi, you L7 weenie." A team of doctors rush the sedated and critically ill 2-month-old out to the helicopter. 3 team members, including a nurse, get in. The lead doctor says, "Good luck." Captain Moore spits on the doctor and says, "Luck is for the weak, you communist dweeb," and takes off for Philadelphia. Setting: January 11, 2022, 12:32 p.m. Setting, or location: Upper Darby High School, Upper Darby, Pennsylvania. A student says, "Chemistry is old hat. I'm going to go smoke drugs at the school lane trolley stop and buy some shit off Crazy Carl, but it's cold, and order an Uber." Muhammad carries a 4.7 star rating and is 3 minutes away. Setting: January 11, 2022, 12:34 p.m. Baldwin Towers, Eddystone, Pennsylvania. Big Al says he has a big dick and is good at sex for no reason and unprovoked for the third time that day. Setting: January 11, 2022, 12:48 p.m. in the skies over Oxford, PA. Captain Moore's helicopter starts to bug out. Possibly mechanical, possibly wind-related. He can make it to chop, though. There isn't time. Not being too familiar, he finds a major road on the ground and follows Route 1 up from the Delaware-Dixon line. He can make it. Setting: January 11, 2022, 12:51 p.m. Wawa, location number 12, 525 Burmont Road and School Lane, Drexel Hill. A DoorDasher picks up a pathetic Italian hoagie on a stale baked-on-premise roll and almost gets run over in the parking lot walking back to his car. He shouts, "Jesus, that thing came out of nowhere." Little did he know, that was not the only time he's going to be saying that this day. Setting: January 11, 2022, 12:55 p.m. Over Township Line, Springfield, Pennsylvania. Captain Moore can no longer control the Eurocopter. It is a clear afternoon. He can see the skyline of Philadelphia. So close, yet so far. He is told to stick with Route 1 as it leads to the city, or there is currently an empty Cobbs Creek golf course he can land a distressed helicopter in without issue and ample room and quick responding ground support. He follows the major traffic artery north, but there's a split. Stick with Township Line or take State Road. Just trees and taillight. No room for a 33-foot behemoth of a flying object. He turns the rudders and follows State Road. Maybe he can make it to Drexel Hill Middle School field, or maybe Upper Darby High School's field. But oh no, another split. Stay on State Road or turn down Burmont. Less taillights on Burmont. He finagles the wobbly air beast the best he can. But it's coming down, and it's coming down fast. Captain Moore can see the Suboxone wrappers littering the street. He can hear the F-bombs and glory stories about high school football coming from Hanrahan's. There is literally nowhere to land. Captain Moore turns to the crew and yells, "Grab onto something and buckle in." He looks him in the eye and says, "I have the biggest dong on this fucking planet." They are flushed with comfort and energy and give an approving nod. With not a single patch of grass to safely land, Captain Moore sees a church and says, "God, I am God." Setting, January 11, 2022, 12:56 p.m. Drexel Hill Methodist Church. Impact. Drink break for a second.
Meat spin.
How do you think the story ends, guys?
I don't know. I'm on the edge of my seat, and somebody's taking a long-ass drink break, so that would be nice if we kept moving along.
Don't let dehydration ruin your vacation. Setting, January 11, 2022, 12:57 p.m. Delaware County Emergency Communications Center, Media, Pennsylvania. An overworked and underpaid dispatcher takes a sip of her knockoff Keurig coffee. The phone rings. 911 dispatch, what's your emergency? The caller yells, a helicopter just fell out of the sky onto Burmont Road. The dispatcher mutes the call and mumbles, "I wish these fuckers would stop taking edibles." She unmutes, "Really? Where?" "In front of Drexel Hill Methodist Church." Okay, I'll send someone out. Next call. 911 dispatch, what is your emergency? It's a new caller. "A fucking helicopter just fell onto," let me guess, "Burmont Road?" "Yeah." "Well, shit." "All stations, all units, we have an accident with entrapment at 600 Burmont Road, Drexel Hill. It's a fucking helicopter. Setting? January 11, 2022, 12:58 p.m. In every single emergency vehicle, radio, and department, collectively throughout the county. What the fuck did she just say? Setting. January 11, 2022, 12:59 p.m. Location, Bloomfield Ave and Burmont Road, Drexel Hill, Pennsylvania. The DoorDasher with the stale Wawa hoagie, the weed-smoking UD student playing hooky in the back of an Uber, the day drinkers at Trophy Tavern, all run towards the scene of a mangled helicopter that is leaking fuel into the street. A crew member in the helicopter emerges from the sideways wrecked fuselage, holding a wrapped-up infant, and yells for someone to take the child and get it out of here, as there was fuel everywhere and it was about to blow. Thankfully, no one was chiefing heaters at this time in the area. EMTs, firefighters arrive. They check their work manuals, and no chapters about helicopters. Darn. The bystander with the baby hands her over to EMTs and police. The escaped crew member says she needs to get to CHOP right now, not even because of the accident. The race is on as Market Street is cleared of even the unkemptest of homeless people. The race is also on to get the remaining crew out of the helicopter and make sure that jet fuel does not ignite. A second crew member can remove himself. A third remains in and says, "I can get out, but Captain Moore is pretty beat up." Several Upper Darby and Gariford and Highland Park firefighters and EMT ask, "Pilot, can you walk?" And he scoffs back, "Not right now, but I can still fuck." It took 6 courageous emergency workers to pull him out of the cockpit. 2 to carry his 6-foot, 215-pound frame, and 4 to carry his unearthly massive dong that is both flawless in size and shape. They were heard on cell phone recordings saying, "Wow, look at that clam slammer." Upper Darby Police Chief Bernhardt says, "Get this crew to the hospital." The ambulance driver says, "Delaware County Memorial Hospital is only a few blocks away." Chief Bernhardt slaps the EMT and yells, "These 4 are fucking heroes. No DCMH. We want them to live." The EMT nervously responds, "Yes, sir, like it all is." Setting. January 11th, 2022, 1:11 p.m. on 1/11/2022. These are actual times, by the way. Like these,
they are.
Some of this is a joke. These are actual time frames. Emergency room of children. Setting.
Setting.
Location. Emergency room of Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. Is it Philadelphia or Pennsylvania? Children's Hospital of
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. Okay.
If it was Pennsylvania, they'd have one in Schittsburg, but nothing lives in Pittsburgh.
Fuck Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Okay. The 2-month-old infant from Chambersburg finally makes it to her destination only minutes after the projected landing
wow.
time. She has no additional injuries from the crash. Setting? January 11, 2022, 1:28 p.m.
Contact.
Location. Every TV, computer, and phone in the Delaware Valley. Breaking news. Helicopter crashes into church in Drexel Hill. The Delaware Valley, fresh off its memories of the Kobe Bryant helicopter crash, assume there are no survivors and casualties on the ground. The news doesn't have the same gore porn atmosphere to it, though. The individuals at that Delco intersection aren't necessarily as concerned as you'd think they would be. This one feels different. Setting? January 11, 2022, 1:56 p.m. Firefighters and engineers, as well as PICO, investigate the scene and rule that no contact was made with the church, no one on the ground was injured, and cable and power lines in the immediate area were literally not touched. This helicopter came down perfectly in a bush that most people didn't even remember being there. How? The shrub is about 15 feet wide by 8 feet. That's half the size of the helicopter. Bystanders are interviewed hinting that, no one was on the ground. The infant was okay. 3 people walked away. 1 left in a bambulance, but he was talking, and you should have seen the hog on him. It was ideal sack and shaft, like big, a piece of pants art. Setting! January 11, 2022, 2:14 p.m. It is confirmed that there is no life-threatening injuries, no structural damage, nothing lit on fire, and everyone will be okay. Delco looks at each other and says, well, yeah, that's Delco. Setting! January 16th, 2022, 9:01 a.m., Penn Presbyterian Hospital of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Captain Moore is released from the hospital to a hero's welcome. He had undergone surgery for 7 broken ribs, 4 broken vertebrae, and a polishing of his boss-sized gash girther. He is seen out in a hero's exit as he is transported back home to where he's expected to make a full recovery. Setting. January 17th, 2022, 8:55 a.m., Fairfax County, Virginia. Captain Moore puts on Good Morning America, but this time it wasn't John Cena. He was the guest.
Oh,
Who do you think's got a bigger wiener, him or John Cena?
him.
I don't know.
Everybody watched the new HBO Max show with John Cena, by the way.
Peacemaker, whatever it
It's
is.
hilarious.
That's
it
what
good?
he was promoting.
Yep. It was hilarious. Just
Was
so-
he saying it in
Hey,
Chinese?
by the way, that was
apologized to
beautiful.
Tibet?
That was the best retelling,
Came
and
through
it was
full
a
circle.
lot of comments coming across the screen, so all worked out well.
Setting!
Get him out.
I don't know. Put in your inputs on it. I've already put mine in 4 pages of words.
I don't know if there's much more for me to say at this point.
Is he married?
I mean, he's going to be smashing puss.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
I mean, he probably can't thrust for a while, but he can be rid.
Oh, listen,
He can be rid.
his thrusters are not fucking broken at all.
Yeah.
He has been fucking popping things for at least the last 2 weeks.
He'll be helicoptering them titties soon.
He's been fucking working on his like one dick solo of fucking in the air tonight.
Didn't do nothing. Said you had great
Oh,
stories.
God.
When's the sequel?
Jesus Christ, dude, come on. Don't put that on TV.
Hey, you just said great story.
Do
When's
we
the
know who that
sequel?
I
is?
don't think that's his name.
Oh, I don't know.
I love how I get flagged for having the name Hollywood Holbrook, but they're fine. I don't
He's
know.
got his license that proves
It's
that.
out of its bra.
Tell your feelings. This is a kumbaya drum circle. It can't just be
Kumbaya and fucking.
When it first happened and people started messaging me about it, I'm like, your autocorrect screwed up, guys. I don't know why it's saying helicopter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Junkie spelled way different. Junkie crashed into the church on
way
Bloomfield.
off.
Spelled Holbrook wrong. Wrong age. Holbrook crashed into the Methodist
Actually,
church.
that would work.
Yeah.
Yeah, Holbrook was on poppers, helicoptering his wiener behind the wheel of his Malibu.
We all know
He
that
yelled, I
stuff.
don't know what a Methodist is, but I'm gonna find out.
all he heard was meth and was like, "We're there."
I just love how somehow me being an Eddie Stone talking about my dog somehow squeaked into this
Well, it does
storyline.
fit. I mean,
Does
it's
it?
like
Does it? I don't know.
Does it?
I was just gonna incorporate, like, I fucking forgot. I was so mad. I was gonna keep incorporating like every like 3 of them, be like, Steve Prophet just took his 3rd shit of the day.
I actually didn't poop all that
It
day,
happens
and
now.
then when
He
I got
just
back
took
to
his
work,
5th shit of the day.
That day.
yeah. So
remember
fucking,
the day.
I had a client right at 12:45, and I got back in, started cutting. I was like, all right, cool. I feel nauseous. Maybe I'm gonna throw up. Went in the back and pooped midway through a haircut, and then checked my phone. Like, dude, a helicopter crash. And I'm like, that's so gay. I'm gonna get checked
smelled-
out. I'm so mad I missed
They,
this. It's cool.
they smelled your poop in the helicopter crash.
No, dude, I fucking think that he was popping. He fucking put a flange in the fucking co-pilot. As they're going down, like, listen, we might die here, so let me just fucking see what it's hitting for. Just, and then that was God's plan. They crashed in front of that church.
A Methodist church.
Methodist church. So speaking of
The
meth,
Catholic Church would never.
Is that what they're saying? Is we should fucking join? We should all become Methodists?
If it was the Catholic Church, the baby would have got hurt.
They wouldn't have gotten aborted though.
Yeah, no fetus deletus for them.
oh god,
If it
Just
was for the
fetus
Catholic Church,
fuckus.
they would have just turned and God would have just grabbed him, threw it at the Planned Parenthood.
Yeah,
Fetus
Yeah.
completus.
yeah, yeah. If it was the Catholic Church, it would have been like fetus fuckus.
So I mean, like every story that ever happened, ever, you know, especially around here. Number one, you know, I was like, I hope that everyone's okay, you know, or at least alive, and that's
that's
good.
pretty amazing. That like
Oh, it's a miracle.
a person, the worst thing was a couple cracked ribs out of that whole ordeal.
Yeah. You can get that from Flame.
Do you think he wrapped his dong around his ribs to keep them from shattering?
I think that he.
He's actually like 28-inch waist, but when he wraps his dick around himself, he's a 46.
Oh,
He,
amazing.
It's like a flak vest for quarterbacks of just dick.
Jack Fest
Yeah, cack vest.
is a Jack Fest.
I mean, I went down to it the next day. Prophet did too, and I went to it every day until they towed it away, which is like day 3 or whatever. It's you can't land a helicopter there. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
It's like literally like you look at it and go, how? And then I saw like the ring. Someone has like a ring camera on their house that like faces
Yes,
it perfectly.
I saw that.
And it's not like it was coming down just like aggressively. It was like on an angle, and it's just like fuck that. And I don't know how it missed it. I mean, if it hit the cables, whatever, maybe a fire would have started. But like,
How it didn't hit another car, how it didn't hit like a piece of propeller didn't go through somebody's front window. Like,
Yeah.
that's the amazing
I
part.
never noticed there was a shrub there, but thankfully he did.
Yeah,
Oh, dude.
I
He's
don't
like,
know
I'm
how you fucking do
I'm
it.
so awesome. I'm gonna land this helicopter in that
Yeah.
bush.
Yeah. Dude, that fucking common shrub is dead.
Dude, that shrub can be saved. Like I was saying that our big thing should be like, yo, let's go buy them a new shrub or whatever. I went by it the other day. I'm like,
Yeah,
this
it's-
actually can
Yeah,
grow back. in
when
the
we
spring.
drove by it to
What-
go to the where did we go? The Brewskis?
The
or-
Stanley Cup.
Yeah, the cup. I'd like you were like, oh, that's where it crashed. I was like, I didn't see any damage at all.
Yeah, the
Literally,
grass
when
is
the
back.
crumb hit a fire hydrant, it was actually worse
Yeah.
damage. I'm like, I'm dead serious. They had to shut down water at least.
I guarantee the crumbs have a 40-inch dick. Though you were
We should call this
cat
captain
jacket.
dude fucking the cum.
Wait, what?
Well, never mind.
I see. What
I had to
you're
explain
doing
it. I'm
there.
tired.
I don't know, man. It was pretty wild. It was pretty wild, but yeah. But you know, like most stories, it was just like there was you know maybe 7, 8, at most 15 people who showed up. I doubt most of them got involved. But of course, you have 949 people sitting there going, "I was the one who grabbed the baby." Well, really, where were you at the time? In Marcus Hook, but I was there, and it was me. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Don't- yeah.
that's with everything anymore. Everybody always
not
has to be
about you.
involved. Yeah, I know. Like, oh, it was my cousin's brother's uncle's neighbor's friend who
Yeah, I
who
can't
lives
fuck-
17 blocks away, and they said it was loud.
I can't fucking stand this. It would be basically be like me going like, oh my god, like you were in Delco, like you saw the reports and shit. Like, can you tell us about the thing? And if I just all I did was say, well, I was at work and I heard this and I read this article and it was me and I did this and it's thank God I read that article or else the baby would have died. It was all me by reading this. Like, shut the fuck up, man. I hate
Victoria Renz wants to know who's playing him in the Oscar-nominated movie.
Idris Elba.
He
I'm
is-
gonna say Jeremy Renner. He kind of looks like Jeremy Renner.
I don't think. I can see that.
Kinda. So the Hawkeye be like cockeye.
They can just buy the
God.
script. It has like enough. It's close enough to the truth, and like
Who's
fictionalized
going
enough
to
for
play me
Hollywood.
and Eddie Stone talking about my dong?
Kevin James.
You?
Oh yeah, duh.
Yeah,
It would be Kevin James with like a lesbian
Michael
strap on.
Chiklis. from the Shield.
Dude, my dad, we used to call him the commish for that reason, because he looked like him. That was when he was the commish. That was before the Shield, and he was all bad.
Yeah.
That was the '90s for any young kids.
Yeah.
Look at Danielle. She's like, "What the hell is the commish?"
I know what a commish is. I am one.
No.
Oh!
The winning
Second place.
Yeah.
Wait, so you won
Oh,
the league?
now we're going down.
Just kidding.
Oh, here we go.
What was
You
that?
won the league and you're the commissioner? Collusion.
Well, all right. I could
Every-
call you something, but I won't.
Well, I came in second place in my league, but I didn't lose to the commissioner this year.
I would never cheat.
It's fair.
I wouldn't.
I would.
I feel like she tells the truth, and for that, I hate her even more.
I don't want to win by cheating. I want to win.
Oh, I
because
do.
won.
I want to win
Yeah.
everything
I
by
don't.
cheating.
I'm like, I'll tell on myself.
Like, I
do
cheat
it.
against my kids playing board games.
Oh,
Just
I can't
because I'm
do
teaching
it.
them life lessons. Either cheat
If
or
I was a helicopter pilot, I would like to cheat death in the middle of Drexel Hill on a fucking Tuesday afternoon.
with your giant monster kick.
giant tongue, just fucking in girth and fucking length.
Imagine like the churchgoers are going to visit this dude in the hospital, just fucking offering him like dick sucks and
Jesus Christ.
like
Is
taking
that what the
pictures of it.
churchgoers do? Do they go to the hospital?
Oh,
And
you
go,
fucking-
would you like your dick sucked, sir, for being amazing?
Yeah, probably took like 4 of them to fucking get one side of it.
I wish that he would sit there and go like, yeah, Jesus was hung like this, but I was hung like plop.
Oh, Jesus Christ almighty. All right. So we're going to move on to
Hey,
another conversation.
Right before that, this county, at least us, on behalf of this county, really insulted the birth of Christ. And then, the Lord sent us a helicopter to take out one of our churches as a
Mary
warning.
Christ.
Let's do this. So today is also, or this week, is also a certain anniversary.
4.
Number 4 is correct.
4.
Number 4.
Oh, it is number 4.
Like foe.
It's the 4th anniversary of Delco Live. So
22.
I like how we figured that out literally this morning. We literally hold.
No, I know the date. I know the date, but I was like, oh, it's our last show before it.
So this is the 4th anniversary. So a couple things. I had an idea because Holbrook always posts things to his personal page that would be gold on Delco Live, and it pisses me off that he doesn't do it. So I figured this time.
You've seen the freaks that fucking comment on this shit. We can't.
I
even joke
know, and
about,
that's
like, a
the best
miracle.
part. That's the best part of the whole situation.
Who's running this page? Take it down. We can't even give fucking directions without being called.
Yeah,
fucking
we told
jerk-offs.
people to avoid.
That's the
avoid an
best
accent.
part.
We were called
We're
scumbags.
Delco. We if they're not listen.
Yo, avoid South Ave. How dare you? Someone died. We just said
Shugga shugga, fuck you.
My great grandfather helped build South Ave. You son of a bitch. But
Where's he live now? Oh, he's dead. Good. Fuck him.
Manchester's.
thank
got a lot
you,
of shit.
Casey.
You racist. Like shit.
Kathy
We're
gives
covering
me
a murder
Kathy
in
Gibson
Chester.
Gallagher says happy anniversary, kids.
Love
There
her
you
so
go.
much.
So different things have happened over the 4 years from brackets. One of the things
What is this segment? Is it my thing or is it the fucking Delco Live thing?
this is going to be the Delco Live.
Okay, all right.
I'm going to do a couple. I'm going to intermix them. I'm going to kind of like chop it up a little bit.
Okay.
So one of the biggest amount of view, or the most amount of views we got on a single video we did was not one of our shows, shock, but was Holbrook standing under the underpass on 420 as it floods for maybe the 100,000th time that week. I don't know.
Second time that day.
Yeah, as he was on the news, multiple outlets going, no, not the Mercedes, like as it drives into like 30 feet of water.
January 11, 2019.
Yes.
Sorry, July 11, 2019.
And it is the most viewed Delco Live, 233,000 views. This 2.5 minute long, 3
I
minute
remember
long
the
video
date. I
went.
swear I'm not on the spectrum. I just remember the date.
Well,
It was the only day I had off in 2 years. We went golfing that
And
day.
for people, it's hard to see on the video.
Do you know the only reason I was there? The fucking Headstrong
We were there
golf tournament.
So we were at the
for
Headstrong
Delco
Golf
Day.
Tournament earlier that day. It started raining. It was over. We left. You went to Marty McGee's
We did a good thing,
Which is right
for
next.
Headstrong, and God rewarded us
with a flood.
with a fucking joy of a
And
destruction.
and for
of
people
of
who don't
an Indian
understand, that's
Mercedes.
at least what you say, like 5 feet of water, right? 4 feet of water, right there.
No, where that is.
Yeah.
Right there, yeah, but dude, right after that shit started, you gotta remember, that's about 5 feet off the ground. That should start getting up to my knees, and I'm a tall dude. Like, up there, that was probably 8 feet of water when all said and done. Once the boxing wrapper started, like, hitting my pants, I was like, I should probably swim out of here.
And then notice they were coming out of his pants.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute,
Stop lying.
there my name on there.
They all like soaked into his legs. Like, dude, I feel so well right now.
Well, there's probably a reason when I got COVID, like I didn't have any symptoms. They're like, "What the fuck are these germs?"
Whatever's inside of that flood killed the COVID.
Fucking Holbrook becomes the lean lantern.
So that is one of our Delco moments. So what I would like to do is another one. Is we did a Wawa hoagie intervention. So what I did is I dug through the archives, and we're going to play this right now.
Who's that babe?
That babe is Carrie. She's MIA right now.
R.I.P. Carrie.
I guess she's home taking care of Zozo.
Hopefully there's no helicopters involved.
Yeah, hopefully. But so what I figure is I'm going to play this right now for all you out there who haven't seen it, because this video is what, let's see, according to that is...
This is my first writing credit.
November 2018. So that's how long ago this was.
Tits.
But it was amazing. It was great acting, might I add.
Spectacular.
Some spectacular.
Remember we thought that Delco Jesus couldn't fucking read, and then he comes through with literally like an Oscar-worthy performance?
Yeah.
That's just because he's been interventioned before. He's been intervened.
By the way, this is really easy for me to write because I just pictured myself being a hoagie. Then I felt like a hoagie. I've
right.
been through a handful of interventions too. I wish it was
Poke,
as
poke,
fun as that.
motherfucker.
I don't remember if they show it, but Al eats the hoagie out of the trash at the end.
Is it actually a Fudge the Whale cake?
And I'm dead serious. I literally just went to a Wawa. I think it was actually the one that closed, RIP, on Oak Avenue. And I didn't ask for a specifically bad hoagie. I just ordered an Italian hoagie straight up the way they make it. And it was the most undesirable looking piece of shit. They really hit it out of the ballpark without trying.
All right, so I'm going to play this for all you at home, and we will go from there. So hold on just one second.
HBAUX.
We're all friends here. This isn't to attack you or bully you. These are just the people that care about you. They've noticed some changes recently that have them a little concerned. I believe they have some things they'd like to say to you, some things they've written out. Hollywood, why don't you start us off?
You used to be the light of our lives. You made everything better. You're the highlight of each day. I feel like that's gone now. Over the last few years, you just stopped caring. You stopped caring about us. You stopped caring about yourself.
Please, keep this to I statements only. This isn't a group attack. It's about venting personal feelings to help shed some light on his actions.
Sorry, Doc. I don't even know what I'm looking at anymore. Your quality of life just seems to vanish a little more every day. All the signs were there. And we tried to drop hints to you, but you were just so overtaken by the selfishness. It's not fair what you're doing to us.
I statements only.
I statements? You want I statements? I am sick of you circling the drain. I am sick of waking up every morning to a sadder world. I am sick of reliving the heyday. A heyday that I know we can go back to if you just started caring a little bit. But I don't even know what I'm looking at anymore. Pray for you. I really do. And I don't want to cut you out of my life. But sometimes I think it's the only option. Royal Farms has fried chicken. 7-Eleven has taquitos. I don't know. I just don't know anymore.
Thank you, Hollywood. That was very brave. I'm sure it wasn't easy and has been brewing for some time.
I just want you to get better!
Big Al, would you read us your letter?
I spent too much of my life with you. So much time, money, effort, invested in you. You were there when I got married, when I was sick, when I was lost. Christ, you were there when I lost my virginity. Remember, Debbie, me, the Turkey Classic, the Roadway Inn? You were part of every one of my major life events. And now, you're not even in my life at all. I don't hate you. But I just want to vomit every time I see you. Probably because your rolls are paper on purpose.
They're so dry. Who thought that was a good idea?
Delco Jesus, please wait your turn.
You can have it. There's no getting through them anyway. Just like their parking lots.
Delco Jesus.
You're just so stubborn. I know you know that you're spiraling out of control and it's arrogant. You turned your backs
on your friends, this county, and everyone that cares about you, and all you care is about appeasing strangers. Maryland? That's Sheets County, dude. Why do you care about trying to appease them? They don't even know what a hoagie is. There's nothing in Maryland but crab cakes and football. You're a Judas. A bland Judas. But yet I keep crawling back to you. I don't know what it is, allegiance, or I'm just a glutton for punishment. But either way, I just want you to get better.
That's right, Delco Jesus. We all want Wawa to get better. Now, Wawa, there are a lot of options for help. Many things we can do. Maybe go back to having real delis with actual deli meat. We could discuss losing the house-baked rolls and the glorified toaster ovens.
Parking lots?
Yes, Big Al. Maybe we could all work together with Wawa and get some civil engineers in there to work on the logic of the parking lots. Wawa, is this something you think you might want to do? Wawa, these are your friends, your clients, your customer base. Don't you have anything to say?
Doesn't even care. It only cares about selling gas and cigarettes.
Sometimes it takes a while to digest these things.
Yeah, like the quesadillas.
Nice.
These things take time. We just dropped a lot on Wawa and hope it takes these things to heart. Makes the right decisions. We can't force it to do anything, but hopefully this has been an eye-opener. Take my card. If anything comes up, let me know. We can work on the next step.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Tom. That's all we do. That's all we do, guys. That's all we do. Let's get out of here.
You're not going to finish this, are you?
Really?
I forgot about that.
If
one.
I tell you to pull a clip up, can you find, or if I can tell you when it is, can you pull it up?
What?
A clip,
From?
the Holbrook clip.
From when?
The nail promos.
The what?
When he was promoting the nail shirts,
Oh my
and was
gosh,
blacked
yes.
out in his basement.
with the wrestling theme.
I would
Yeah.
have to.
That's the best.
I'll
thing
have to
ever.
dig
I think
on that
I
one.
have it on here. If I sent it in the messenger, could you pull it up?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Oh god,
Yeah,
that was
that's
this time
definitely
last year.
It's like the greatest
Yeah.
thing I've ever seen.
It was actually past this time. We would have been done the nail shirts. Or
No, it was a year ago yesterday.
oh, was it that? I thought it was
Sorry,
like
the
right.
year
I thought it was
ago
right
was
on
week.
New
Yeah, we
Year's.
went to Tumble In when they were like open but not open,
Yeah.
and drank until like 3. And they were like, "Oh, after bar." I'm like, "No, I gotta go home, make a video for the shirts." They're like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just like
Speaking of shirts,
fucked up and selling these shirts."
speaking of shirts, we're watching the video. The first thing that comes to mind, it's the same exact shirt Holbrook is
I
wearing
believe
now.
I'm wearing the same pants as well.
And Prophet
And
pointed out,
glasses.
if you look at him in that video, it looks like we had him locked up since we did that video.
What year is it?
Yeah, just grayer, longer hair, and chubbier.
Yeah, that's the worst part.
I saw that sweatshirt. If it makes you feel better, I don't know. But
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams. And yeah, that was one of our original movies, the Wawa Hoagie Intervention. The dramatic effect at the end with the gray, black and white.
We thought that was so.
We thought we were so like artsy for that.
And it was. It really hit home.
It did.
It really.
It
Hit
really made you feel in that situation.
You know what they did? They just took away fucking focaccia bread pizza, which was a win.
I don't
And
know
now
what
they
that
have
is.
brisket.
The brisket is.
Wait, they have
fine the
pizza
first
at
time.
Wawa?
Yeah, more than once.
Yeah, do they have the focaccia bread pizza?
They're also declaring war on like. Thank you. They they also are declaring war on like, and it actually makes sense. So like in media, they are selling the burgers till 3 a.m.
Yeah.
because there isn't.
Well,
like,
I know
McDonald's or
no, it's not
Wendy's
just
or something.
medium. I said Wawa's because it used to be what, like 4 to 8 or something like that.
Yeah, it was
Stupid.
Short, yeah.
Yeah, it was like just during lunch, like dinner
You know why?
time.
Because no one wanted a fucking Wawa hamburger for lunch dinner. That's like it's.
But now they
3
do.
o'clock
Now
in the morning.
it's all day. It's from lunch to.
Yeah, because they're like, all right, cool. We can catch more flies this way than
Yeah.
having it open for 4
We actually,
hours.
if I went and looked, we have a video of us trying the Wawa
They
burger.
weren't the worst.
They weren't. It's the best part. We're like,
Yeah.
it could be worse.
It's you expect it to be genuinely bad, but it comes out to basically just being like an average cheeseburger you would get at like a barbecue that you would just be like, oh, cool.
No. I barbecue a much better
Yeah,
burger. than
you.
that.
I'm talking about like anything. Like if I fucking went down to like a Phillies game,
It was
on,
like a
on
Bubba
Wednesday
burger.
against the Padres, and like when the Padres suck. Who sucks now? The Marlins. Like you go down there for a fucking Phillies game against the Marlins, you're like, oh shit, I got stuck with the tickets, whatever. I guess I'll cook, and you go grab like you go for the Bubba burgers, but you go like for like $9 less, I can get this shit stuff called like butt fuck burgers, and you go down there and you cook them up, and they're gray and they turn like tan when you cook them.
Yeah.
and you're just like.
Do you want? Here's the thing: is
That's all.
Wawa burgers are better than Sonic.
Yeah, I can
You
get that.
shut your whore mouth.
They closed the Sonic on McDade.
I heard they're reopening it. I heard they had to like bring people in from Sonic headquarters to fix the Sonic. Just like let itself go. It's funny that the Delco Sonic just let itself go and stopped
Yeah,
caring.
because they were like, all right, I've been to like,
It opened and we were happy.
I've been
And
to
then
3
we were like,
Sonics.
fuck that.
I didn't. I never had a good experience
I
with
like
that Sonic.
I think
that Sonic is fucking gross. The
Their
best
burgers
Sonic-
are gray. The
Yeah,
milkshakes
everything-
taste like fuzz.
The
There's
milkshakes
this-
are great.
The first Sonic I ever went to was over in once Black Horse Pike in Jersey, right over the Walton Bridge, like Audubon. That was cool. I'm sorry, the first time I ever went was down the shore, and they were on roller skates, and that was fucking sick. Because I watched a girl fucking totally tear her ACL. She was like 16, ruined the rest of her life trying to deliver fucking milkshakes to people because she was on roller skates.
I love how you giggle on that part.
What a piece of shit, dude. Fucking poor asshole. What the fuck you get? Yeah, I'm going to deliver some skates. I was like, did she have to wear the skates? Like, no, she wanted to. And I'm like, that's what
is
you get.
that like what they're supposed to do? Aren't they supposed to,
Originally, yeah.
supposed
But
to
no.
be like an old school
They
diner?
They
I
might
mean,
have had like one or two.
There's probably a reason why they don't have.
I used
Yeah.
to tip the ones that were.
can
on
you
skates.
go inside? I don't. Or do you have to
the
order?
inside of a Sonic is like coming into the vestibule here.
You can, and you have to press like buttons on like a fucking magic. It's the same exact thing as like next to the car.
Yeah.
You just have to press it.
I will say Sonic in Texas was fucking fantastic. And that was the only place that ever. It was like.
I remember when I was a
TV
kid.
quality.
The only time I ever heard, the first time I heard of Sonic was Stone Cold Steve Austin.
doing the commercial.
No, he did like a thing where he was getting ready for one of the WrestleManias.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna go down to Sonic and I'm gonna get myself a double chili cheeseburger.
Can you imagine her
Yeah.
wrestling a fucking full stomach of Sonic?
Oh God, I couldn't imagine getting back in my car and
There'd
driving
be
away
fucking
with a full
dookie everywhere.
Body slams you.
Yeah. It would be like, instead of like a fucking buried alive match, it'd be like shit it alive.
shit alive.
Yeah.
So Al, those were
fuck
2 out of
that.
your 3 favorite memories of Delco Live over the last 4 years.
Me and Kerry both had those ones.
Okay.
I mean, I don't have graphics for all of them because I'm like, the brackets were, by the way, one of the most
That's
great.
on mine.
And then Delco Live, Delco Day of just being, those ones are just generic. But the golf tournaments, I was trying to find a good
The
picture.
putt-putt ones or the headstrong one?
The putt-putt one for us. I mean, the headstrong ones are fun as shit, but like,
It led to the
I was
fucking-
trying to find a
I
good,
thought the craziest poop in my
solid
life.
picture
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
of
Yeah.
the sweatshirt that
Yeah.
Spaz made.
I almost made him lose.
That said like neon. It said like Delco Live all over it, the green
Yeah.
sweatshirt with the
Oh, yeah, that thing was fucking fly, dude.
dude. And how about our boy from Fat Cal Jerky who had Ron had the
Bobby,
Happy
Happy Gilmore.
the Happy Gilmore jersey and putter that looked like a hockey stick. I'm like, dude, you probably spent hundreds of dollars just to get a putt. He's like, yep.
Remember that gassed you out?
Oh God.
Dude, I was like,
God, I just had PTSD.
Al was beating me by like a lot, and then I fucking, he's like, he has to take a diabetic piss, and I had to poo. So I went first naturally, age before beauty, and fucking went in there, and then after that, Al played like shit, and then I beat him.
Well, my molecules were turning into shit.
Strategy.
That's fine.
I love
Your
that.
shit.
On the way out, they were making trophies for the next day. Like
still have
he
one
was
in my
having a
car.
birthday party or whatever, and my friends were like, "Can we buy them?" And he's just like, "Yeah, they're like $5, $10 a piece or whatever." He's like, "Can you grade them?" And he's just like, "Yeah, what do you need on them?" And they're like, "Can it say cum slut?" And we're like,
Yeah.
no, but I can still sell them to you, and you can do that your own. So they went, and got a pen and wrote it, obviously. But now there's a cum slut trophy, which then got erased, and they gave me the Fat Cunt Award of 2021, which I'm honored to have received. But there is some speculation where they think there are fatter and cuntier people around. Whatever. I was
God.
there at the time.
It just made sense.
It's like the
It
VMAs.
just
So
made
you show
sense.
up, you win the award.
Yeah. Being there's half the battle.
Yeah.
Fucking
So I'm not calm sleeping on Fat Cunt. It happens.
my favorite Delco Live moments so far have been King of the Wing, for obvious reasons. Reigning champ.
It was a great night afterwards.
That was.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. I had a fucking belly full of wings in me.
Went to Dolan's and had a great night.
Yeah, I had fucking hot snakes at Dolan's on Saturday, which is always a fucking treasure.
First time I drank a Rusty Nail.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
The drink, the Rusty Nail. We went next door and made it.
Oh, I thought you said it was the first time you drank at the Rusty Nail. Like,
Oh, no.
He's a liar.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, are you having
maybe,
like
but-
a stroke?
But that was fun. My first ever episode of Delco Live when me, the fresh release from Florida prison, Josh Janer,
Monopoly?
and you two played Delco Monopoly.
Dude, that was so much fun. I want to do that again. I want to do like
That was
as
fun.
part of a show, like just a thing that we do and record and do it live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think people it's like you want to hang out and watch with us. We should like have people place bets on it too. It would just be it was so much fun. It's just not. It's 4 hours long. Monopoly is
Monopoly
not a
takes
fast game.
forever. And we had 4 people, and I think you're supposed to have more.
Yeah, maybe this time we get like 5 or 6 people to do it. Maybe Danny Al, if you
Yeah,
want
I would never forget. I was driving. If you're familiar with Havertown to Ardmore, like on the bus route, crossing over, like right past the nail. Like if the nail's on your left, I was like to the right towards Ardmore. And I was like, we were going to like fucking Villanova or something like that. And I was like, no, we have to go to Ridley Park. And Amber's like, why? I was like, I'm gonna go play Monopoly. And then she had to sit here while I got fucking wasted.
Well, that was
and
during the
lost
height of the
Monopoly.
pandemic.
Yeah.
It was, dude.
Remember we were
Fucking-
trying for how long of that we were trying to be like, we're all in remote locations.
Oh,
Why
yeah.
are our hands like going near each other?
Yeah, we were all
I
making
just saw
noises.
Holbrook's shoulder and Al shot. Like it's
Yeah,
like
we're like, oh, dude, we're passing everything through a portal. There was that one, and then
Fuck the government.
the original when we filmed the only Ghostbusters so far.
yeah. Well, we're gonna go back
That
to
night was so fucking stupid. It was so funny.
Yeah.
That noise that you made when you were in the bathroom.
yeah.
I'm not gonna name names, but one of us, when we got to our first place, I hung back at the car because I was afraid of the dark. And this person goes, "Hey man, you're taking a piss? Cool, I'm gonna pee too. I'm on my mushrooms kicked in, so this might get a little weird for everybody." I'm like, "All right, cool, man, thanks." Fuck.
I think Victoria had a good one. The Delco bear hunt.
Oh.
And we don't mean house grinder.
I want to say he was a pussy for being scared, but I literally got scared during that bear hunt. And we were right because the bear actually was within like 1,000 feet.
Because somebody
of us.
said, "Oh, it's in." We were in Springfield, like do you know, like where Drexel Hill and Springfield meet, right
Yeah.
there, not too far from where the helicopter crashed.
Right, not too
Like
far from
my
where Al
neighborhood,
actually
right?
shit in the woods and wiped his ass with the Choco Taco wrapper.
Yeah, so it was the same area. Yes,
That's what it was looking for.
we're like looking around, like, "Oh, there's the." It's just me and Holbrook, literally driving around in a car.
It was scary.
Was like nothing. You didn't say anything. It was just our ridiculousness, and
I was
people
wearing
were
a
just
hunting
having a
vest 'cause
good
I
old
didn't want people to
time.
think I was the bear.
And the best part is like, I
when
go to
we
my
would run into other bear hunters.
yeah.
That's the best part.
And they were watching us.
Yeah.
They were watching us. They're like, "Whoa, no, we got you out of the car in here." Yeah, no. No, the best part of that was like telling my wife and how accepting of it she was. She goes,
Yeah.
"I'm like," she's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "It was like late night. It was like 10, 11 o'clock."
10:30 on a Sunday. It was like bear hunt.
Yeah.
Bear hunt.
And then, I'm like, "Holbrook, let me pick you up." You're like, "Yeah, all right, cool." And then we're like, so we had like my phone on the dash so you could just see the video of us driving around, and then just me and Holbrook's commentary of ridiculousness.
And then like we
But the
went
best
down
part is I go, Dawn sees me. I don't even say anything. I just start putting my shoes on and everything, and my wife's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, well, the bear's out. Me and Holbrook are going to go bear hunting." She goes, "Okay, well, just be quiet when you come in." Like,
Okay.
all right, she's accepting this. All right.
Yeah.
They,
That was a little easier than I thought.
I just love that it was like
That and the Wendy's time.
it was rumors all fucking night about where the bear was, and you're gonna hear a million fucking things, especially when you're on this page. And it keeps
I
updating.
saw the bear with my own eyes. I was in Marcus.
He just
Hudson-
robbed me. He's got
Yeah.
thumbs. He pulled a
Yeah.
gun on me. But no, they were
Yeah,
just like
the bear has braids.
no, they were like he's in this area, like the fucking Garrett Road Bridge area. And we're like, all right, cool, we'll go there. Ha 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 ha. And like I'm getting out, I'm like, Bear, where are you? And then we found like Ring camera, like someone had like a fucking doorbell camera the next night. And they're just like, yeah, he actually was like within 1,000 feet of you, like literally like in someone's backyard across the street. And, like,
Actually,
at
then
same
the
time, I
cops
was
say
like,
something.
"Oh."
Then the cops they're like, "That was funny, but you shouldn't have done that."
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, Oh, you're bear hunting. That's cute. Go the fuck home and never do this again.
Yeah, remember how cunty the cop was to the fucking Channel 29 lady
Yeah.
at the helicopter crash?
That was great.
He's going, you don't have your press pass? That fucking sucks. So you're taking a walk. It's like, this is just my job. And the lady's like, okay, dude.
Yeah,
you don't have to be an asshole. I'll just
no, my
walk the other
favorite thing
way.
was literally the whole. No one gave me a problem when I walked out this way. And he just smiles at her and goes,
Yes. He was such a dickhead.
So, as I said, we'll jump back and forth between our
This is an
favorite,
active crime scene.
our favorite Delco Live moments, but also my favorite Holbrook moments. So I went through and I pulled some posts, and we'll let Holbrook kind of break things down. So here's one that actually the last ones are from the last 3 months or from the Remember When, or this happened 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more. I just grabbed a few of these.
Penis.
Sorry.
Pecker.
So here's one. And I'll let Holbrook break it down. November 16th, 2018. I Have a Dream, Martin Luther King Jr. I thought that was very poignant with how close it was to now. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. And then my favorite one. Which one of you called me sugar gay, Mark McGrath?
Have you ever seen that fucking clip?
Yeah, dude, he does not like that.
It's like a red carpet, but not like a red carpet. It's like 2003, way past Sugar Ray's prime. And he just goes up into like these 3 kids that clearly didn't say anything and just goes, which one of you just called me sugar gay?
Yeah.
I think I was probably watching the Martin Luther King documentary or maybe the Jimmy V Foundation thing. And I was like, you know what? They're inspirational, but so is Mark McGrath.
So, my other one is another Delco.
Short answer, drinking.
I'm
drinking.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I thought I pretty much would say
You know
that
what
with
it
all
was?
them.
I can tell you. Oh, never mind. It was probably when Nick Foles had to come back in to save the 2018 season, and I was looking.
Nah,
up
that was in
inspirational things.
December, wasn't it? Because it was like towards the end of the season.
When he had to come back in.
Well, no, okay. Well, when he first came back in, you mean?
Yeah, we're not talking the year we won the Super Bowl. The
Okay,
next year.
all right. So the next one was also another kind of intertwines with a great moment in Delco that Delco Live got to take part in was the Naked and Afraid crackhead.
Oh my God! One of my favorite times to be alive.
Yes.
Was that
The
lady that
cops
stole the
could
car?
not find this naked crackhead lady who was just running around Delco and eluding them. And Holbrook had something to say to that. This was in 2018. Dear local police, you can't catch one crackhead that escaped your custody, but you're magically there to see the one time I risked going through a yellow light.
It's a real fucking thing. It's fucking Oldham Police, dude.
Oh, that's. But no, I
That
mean,
was a bullshit $109 I had to pay.
how long did Naked and Afraid go on for?
Like a week, maybe?
No, I feel like it was longer than that.
It was more than a week, but we love looking back at it. That shit ended actually more heinously than the fucking helicopter crash. That shit got in like a multi-fucking car accident and hurt a lot of people in fucking West Philly.
I was running the Spirit Halloween in Newtown Square, and the car she stole in Springfield was from the Spirit Halloween where Charlie Brown's used to be.
Okay.
That shopping center. Like, hey guys,
Charlie
just be a heads up. If you're working, just please make sure to lock your doors and know where your keys are. So and so got her car stolen.
Must be a
by this woman. They
crackhead.
sent us a picture, and I'm like, oh dude, that's the naked lady that's been fucking just like out and about, just fucking smearing her twat all over fucking Delaware County,
Snail trails.
stinking.
So here's another one. This one you tagged me in from Christmas of 2019.
It was actually from 2017.
Well, you said 2 years ago.
Yeah.
On this day 2 years ago, House of Very took me to an Eagles/Raiders game when the Birds clinched home field advantage for the playoffs that we won the Super Bowl with. Then later on, I went to Lou Turk's and got an infection that lasted up 4 months. Wait, I probably should have told you the first half of the story.
Yeah, I don't know why I kept going with it.
So how
I had
drunk?
a mean lip sore when we won the Super Bowl. I hope I didn't kiss anyone.
So did they.
Yeah. Yeah. It was mean. It was like a pimple. It was almost like a nipple grew where like it wasn't oozing. It was just like a lump that was just like, is this going to go away?
How'd you not bite it off?
It was like basically a kid going, is this going to be forever?
This next one comes.
You want to know how I got it? So I went into Lou Turk's.
I think we can figure this one out. You don't have to like connect the dots
Yeah,
on
did
it?
you burn your mouth in the mozzarella sticks that Jim
Let's
McElhone
get into
loves?
the semantics. We went in to Lou Turk's. It was Christmas. me and Al had gone to the Eagles game that night. That was very, very cold.
Yes.
It was very cold. When you're down there, it's warm wherever, but it was cold most of the night. I had chapped lips. I went into Lou Turk's just to say hi to people. I was tuned up. I had chapped lips. I'm sitting there. A chick I used to hook up with,
chapped lips.
A chick I used to hook up with goes, "Do you want to go to couples lap dance?" And I said, "You know what? We fucking just clinched home field advantage. I would very much like to get a couples lap dance." And we go in there, and me and her.
That was from the front.
And the stripper.
No, it was the audio.
The stripper had
You'll know.
she had shaved her cooter, but not in a couple of days, and it was like an aggressive 5 o'clock shadow stubble.
It was a prickly
And
pear.
I have chapped lips, and I obviously did not want to put my mouth down there, but she decided to pull it down and start grinding on faces. It was like, all right,
She
whatever,
brought
it's
the mouth
here.
teeth.
And
She both have a JJ to Holbrook.
chapped lips and chapped face. Guess what? That is just an invitation to come on in, herpes complex B. Simplex B. I don't have herpes.
See, if you would have fucking had some of those mozzarella sticks that Jim McElhone keeps thriving about, you probably would have been safe from the herpes.
He was talking about that the other day.
So this next one comes from Kerry.
Lou Turk's fucking.
Pecos has the best mozzarella sticks.
It's fair.
But do they have strippers?
No.
That's
Not that
a-
much.
No, they just have shitty fucking piss poor pizza.
Shut the fuck up. It's amazing. It's
You watch your
goddamn-
mouth on that.
Worst pizza in the world.
It's not the worst pizza in the world. It's not as high up on the rankings as everybody who puts it, but it's damn good.
These jerks.
So, all right. So this one comes from
Potatoes.
Kerry. I'm trying to read this one. You from 2020.
Right before the pandemic.
Kerry Kennedy found the dispatch report for when I had to call 911 on a blacked out dude in the middle of the street the other night. I noticed the dispatcher didn't mention khaki after I fucking buried them over the phone with my knowledge of fabrics. It's a color and a fabric.
It is.
Story behind this.
Yeah, please.
We I think it was Bored as Hell. One of the bands I'm in. You can check them out now. Pint for Pint. Had a show at the Rusty Nail the night before, and we played late. Whatever. All the bands are cool. The next morning, Spank Bang. You can check them out online. Had a show at Busty's at noon.
Oh, we
It was
played
a
the show with
pajama party, and it was the kickoff to the XFL season.
Oh, I was there.
So you got to remember the turnaround
was
I had to
at
do.
Nail.
I'll play a show, turn around, come back, play a show. It was 3:20 in the morning. That's not just me being a belligerent dickhead. That was because that's what time you get out after packing up and all that shit and saying bye. On my way home, I'm coming down. I'm dead sober too. Sober.
He's California sober.
Windermere Avenue, which is the one that runs there with Schottenbag, whatever. And it's a really windy night. It's a real windy night. There's trash all over the street.
Very windy.
I start coming through.
The lips were chapped.
I head over Marshall Road, and I just see this bag in the middle of the street. And I go, that looks like a person. I was like, don't be a person. Don't be a person. I roll up. It's a fucking person who's literally just in the middle of the street. I barely saw him, whatever, and I got good eyes, whatever. You never know who's going to come through there in the dark area. So I'm like, fuck. And I get out, and I'm like, yo. And he's alive, but snoozing, dipped out. I'm like, all right, I'll just stand over the dude with my phone so no one runs him over. Call 911, and I'm just like, yo, there's a dude blacked out here. I don't know if he's just fucking hammered or what. He's not dead, but you got to come get him. And they're like, what's he wearing? And I was like, he's got a blue jacket on, and they're like, what color are his pants? They're like, khaki. And they're like, that's a material. And I said, khaki's a color and a material. And I just took a whole left turn. And I just started burying this fucking operator about how khaki is a fucking color. And it was just a whole thing. Why is that my whole life? Is defending what fabrics and color schemes are. Zebra's not a color. Zebra's a
print.
scheme. And then it's fucking, khaki is a color and a fabric. You fucking jerk. And I was like, just get us an ambulance. And by the way, not to talk shit on our first responders, they were very rude to this guy who wasn't really responsive or being a problem. They were
that's kind of the vibe I get
kind
from
being
most of
jerks
them.
to him, so I got a little defensive of him, and I was propped him up, and I took a knee and had him lean against me, and I'm just he just needs to go to the fucking hospital, man. And they're like, where the fuck were you? And I'm like, calm down, man, just take him out of here.
Yeah, let him wake up and then ask him questions.
Yeah, and the dude's just like, what?
We're gonna cornhole you and get
It
you
was
back to
almost
the
the dude
station.
comes out of a drunken stupor, and he's like, what? Why do you just tell he's hammered? He's like, what? And they're like, say what again, fucker? And I'm just like, come on, man, just take him the fuck home.
Loser shit.
Yeah, but I was like, take him to the hospital or home. I don't care, whatever. But yeah, they were jerks to him. But anyway, she found the me actually calling in the fucking 911 thing, and yeah, fuck that. Khaki's a color scheme and a fabric.
It narrows it down
Spunk
the
bunk.
best.
Yeah, What do you want me to say? He had tan pants? He had khakis on.
Yeah, his sand-colored
I
pants.
just received some from an anonymous donor.
Okay.
This is from 54 minutes ago.
No, I
I know, I'm just kidding. If Wawa forgets the dressing on my salad again today, I'm going right back in there and taking little shits on the counter. That sounds like a cat taking little shits on the counter.
Well, explains why.
You're going to make me eat like a rabbit? I'm going to shit like a rabbit then.
This is my favorite, like, string of rants. It was like a saga that I looked forward to every month.
Well, when Holbrook went on a diet every month.
No, and actually it is like every month. Like that's a screenshot I took and I sent to my sister because I just thought it was funny. Like I took that screenshot in July. I think.
God
July.
damn, Jesse, on the
This one's the best.
salad.
This is part
I love
two.
these.
This is just pure rage. I don't apologize for this. I was like, I hope no one I work with reads this. I'm like, I hope everyone fucking reads
Wow. Well, Wawa now 2 of the 5 of this summer with 2 for 5.
I'll read it, Al. It needs a certain level of intensity.
Oh,
So Go
okay.
back to this moment. Wawa, now 2 for 5 this summer with putting the goddamn dressing on the fucking salad. You know what makes a chicken Caesar salad? The Caesar motherfucking dressing. You know, that thing that it's number 1, name you read, number 2, in the dressing option, and 3, in the mixed in instructions, you made me click. That's 3 fail-safes to ensure dressing. That's more fail-safes than the Titanic had, and yet here we are. Fittingly, the Titanic hit an iceberg, and you gave me a bowl of nothing but iceberg.
It gets progressively more violent.
Wait, I sent you the.
Wait, there's more?
There's one more. Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Is like this is not a one-time thing of just me being fucking hangry. Wawa. I have had one of the worst days at work in my 18 years of being employed. If you don't put the dressing on my salad today, I will be dressing my fist with your blood. Don't call the cops because this isn't a threat. It's a promise. That was the day for my birthday, too.
Oh, God.
Why was I so mad?
Was that the day before your birthday? We had the show, right?
2 years
So-
before my birthday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were,
Probably hungover from the fucking...
yeah, the show where it was like, all right, cool. We had a bunch of McRibs and cake delivered.
Yeah.
And
I had to
bejazzled.
order salad just to try to be healthy that day.
Well, yeah, I tagged you in one. I don't know if you can pull it up on the screen,
Hold on. All right,
or if I can just like tag Holbrook again and have him read it out loud.
here we go. Let me do this. Give me 1 second. Let me pull up another one. I'll pull that
I
up.
absolutely...
Put your pussy lips on live. I'll give you $1,000.
You know what's funny is after all this shit got out about like my hatred of like they have not forgotten my fucking dressing. They give me extra shit. Now.
It's the power of Delco Live.
It's true. It was also the same Wawa where I learned of one of my favorite Delco Live moments.
What's that?
I'll tell you when it's my turn.
Okay, I didn't know you were having a turn.
I have a turn. I have 3 favorite memories.
All
of
right, so
Delco
here's
Live.
one of
Send
mine,
them
and
on
I'm gonna
to
let Holbrook read the whole thing.
you. Oh God.
Can you see that?
Oh,
Yeah.
this was.
This is actually
was just so great.
this is actually one of the ones that led me to
Yeah.
the idea of doing all this.
This was this is a semi-pro baseball team called the Philadelphia Comets. They play at like FDR Park. They put an ad out. I don't know why I was like it came on my thing, but they're like, we need pitchers, and the requirements were simple things like you would need to essentially have been a pitcher at a remotely decent level or whatever. And I know how to pitch to an extent. I played baseball growing up and softball, and I know I can use my arm. So it was like applying the fucking comment section, and people were like, "Oh, I played 3 years for Trenton State, whatever." And I said, "Okay, I have a resume. I asked about the requirements, whatever." And I just said, while stamina is an issue for me due to years of poor choices, I could see myself as a mid-innings relief pitcher. That's not a bad start. You could use me, whatever. I could be an Andrew Miller, maybe a Ryan Madsen. I know you were asking for someone who can throw an 80-plus mile-an-hour fastball, but would you settle for a 59-mile-an-hour fastball, my actual speed? And
Not bragging or anything.
And one day I could break the speed limit. But would you settle for a 59-mile-an-hour fastball and a whole lot of gumption? My curveball has been touted by scouts as definitely curves, just into bats. That's called precision. No need for a changeup when your fastball can't break the speed limit, but my knuckleball has been described as obvious. My experience is that I won 5 slow pitch softball championships on the bench and 3 wiffle ball tournaments primarily as a DH, but I assume my team just didn't want me to pitch because it wouldn't be fair to the opponents. In 2014, I went to a Rob Zombie concert and drunkenly elbow dropped a folding chair and felt something pop on my shoulder. Since then, I've had to throw in an awkward sidearm motion like Ryan Zimmerman, and it hurts to put on long sleeve shirts. Let me know when training camp starts.
Oh, boy. I don't know why, but that made my day that one day, and I read, I'm like, he makes me giggle.
Shockingly, they didn't reach out to me.
All right.
Oh, God.
So can you you want to do this one?
All right. So November 6, 2011, my friend went to McDonald's when we were playing a porn concert, and I told him, he said, "Do you want anything?" And I said, "Grab me a McRib." He comes back and he goes, "They didn't have McRibs," and whatever. I thought nothing of it. I mean, it'll be addressed in the story. It'll be addressed in the story. So I wrote this year, 10 years.
The screen in front of you has it too. If it's harder for you,
I can read it up there.
Okay.
10 years, a decade gone. One can forgive, but must never forget. On this day in 2011, basic human rights were denied. Freedom of self was spit on. The concept of liberty was assaulted. On a warm Saturday twilight, a simple request of, "Hey, Mike Schaffman, can you grab me a McRib? Since you're going to the 69th Street McDonald's anyway, that has signs everywhere, boasting they had the McRib." It was met with lies. He returned stating that they had run out. I believed it, since they are a very popular and limited sandwich with their boneless pork, tangy and zesty sauce, crisp onions, and specialized roll. Little did I know that my friend of 7+ years at the time had been turned into a snake, a puppet government, a turncoat, a Judas. 7 years later, I was informed that there was indeed McRibs available, and he just didn't want to ask for one. Last year, Melanie Schultz and Brian Mullen Uber Eats a McRib on his behalf to stage an apology for his crime, and I accepted, as I am a staunch Catholic that believes in second chances. But in my fake pork-clogged heart, it wasn't genuine. On this day, a decade ago, innocence was lost. I pray for humanity. I pray for McRibs. Every November 6th, it comes up. It's a very easy date to remember. I'm not going to say it's like my 9/11, but it's my 9/11.
God.
It's just 9/10 or 9/12.
Yeah, it's 6/11 backwards in Europe.
That's right.
Yeah.
My other favorite Holbrook moment from Facebook is when you first started your job in Camden and you did the drive-through of Camden, and it started with you shitting on it, and then you got super sad because of how fucking awful it was. And then you were just like, "All right, well, I'm gonna go to work now."
It started with like the first 4 days of me just like roasting the town.
You're like, look at all these pieces of shit. Look how poor everybody is.
And then by
Like,
day 5, I was like, they need help. Someone get down here. Because someone call the governor. Like, this is actually very sad down here.
oh fuck me, that's funny.
This is a special piece of shit here.
This is from Curry from July of 2014, might I add.
Oh, boy.
So it's a picture of Holbrook's the guy in the American flag T-shirt. I know, hard to believe. You know when you run a red light and the camera takes your picture? This is like that, except the crime was against humanity and acoustic music.
I don't want to take too much time telling this, but this is a story that needs to be told.
Okay.
Well, buttoning the shirt, whatever. I was in several bands at the time, right? Delco Jesus, by the way, is the one playing the bongos.
Does look enough like Delco
me and
Jesus.
George Bachansky, the one sitting down singing there,
Sweet
had
Jubbo.
an electric band, a couple of electric bands. We were day drinking at a show at the Kung Fu Necktie. It's 3rd and Girard. There's a bar. There's a shit bar called 3rd and Girard. It's the worst place in the fucking world, run by absolute fucking goobers. It's not there anymore. It didn't last long after this. You could tell it wasn't going to, whatever. We're in there drinking. The dude goes, "Oh, you guys got a band?" We're like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yo, would you mind opening for this fucking act out of Connecticut that's coming through? They're really cool. They're like friends of mine." We're like, yeah, whatever, man. We'll do the fucking show or whatever. I was like, "You got all this equipment upstairs?" He's like, yeah. Sound guy, yeah, absolutely. Cool. So we're like, we're on at 8. We show up at like 7. That's early for us to get ready, just acoustic shit. The dude on the far right, Jack Murray, was absolutely blitzed, forgot we had a show. We had to pick him up from Kerry's place in the city, actually. Whatever. He's too drunk to function. The rest of us can function, but we're terrible. We show up. They had never put on a show. Nothing was plugged in. They had no equipment. We're supposed to play from 8 to fucking 9. We go on at like 8:50, and we're like, all right, dude, this is a hodgepodge thing or whatever. We got booed so fucking bad by the band that went after us. It was a brother and sister out of Hartford, Connecticut. They absolutely fuck each other. There's no question. They started shit with us. I started shit right back, and they had brought a good amount of people. And the problem with what they brought was it was like fucking like Rick and Morty reject cartoon characters, just like a Family Guy thing. Like take a random adjective, and a fucking profession and put them together. A Samoan kilt wearing fucking like gyrocopter pilot.
I am right here.
like a fucking a male lesbian Italian Asian chef, like literally
wait,
just
a male lesbian,
exactly, just shit that wouldn't make sense, and they all had to fucking be. It was literally the hipsters of the hipsters. Ones where you'd go to a hipster party and you'd be like, "Oh, I only drink craft beer," and they'd be like, "I only drink microorganisms that butt fuck each other incestually."
Yeah, it's called cum.
So it became a fucking thing where I'm just like, yo, we're trying to help you out, and you guys are being fucking dicks. They called us out for being dicks, and they're on stage, and we're just giving it back to them. And it literally almost ended in a fucking like fight of just like us fighting literally cartoon rejects. And I just remember them going like, some of our lyrics are not not necessarily PC, but they're not offensive. And like, you can't just go on stage and say that. And then our friend George Bochansky just goes, "Yeah, I can read the fucking Constitution, you commies." And it like became a whole thing. That was a terrible, terrible, terrible night. But it's my favorite memory in music because I know it could never be that bad or worse. Like I know I could go up there, overdose, shit myself, eat my shit, and vomit it onto a dying old lady in the front crowd. Iggy Pop? And it literally will not be as bad as that day. So I have literally just trended upwards. And anytime I go, "Oh, I hit that note wrong. Oh boy, we fucked that song up. Oh, they're not liking this." I go, "It is still not July 23rd, 2014 at 3rd of Girard." It is literally, I have seen rock bottom, and it does not shiver my dick anymore.
All right, here's another one that's probably gonna have a little zest behind it. One of my Holbrook moments.
Fuck them! Fuck them!
Hold on. January 8th, 2020. What happened?
Them. Fuck them. ESPN, they always put out fucking shit where they'll say something ridiculous, and one thing will be ridiculous. They'll be like top 10 quarterbacks of all time: Brady, Manning, Marino, Elway, and then they'll just throw like Dak Prescott in there to be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like shit like that. They'll just say some shit to piss you the fuck off. This one is too egregious. They put the top 10 playoff moments of all time, and they put that fucking joke, the Minnesota Miracle, at number 10, the world's worst fucking tackle against, oh my god, the Minnesota Vikings defense is so good. Then why'd they let up 100 points in 2 games? Then why'd they do that? Why'd they do that, Bart? Why'd I have the ball, Bart? Oh, and you know who they beat? The Saints. They had the greatest defense. Why'd they let up 110 points in 2 games? Why did I have the ball, Bart? That's a Simpsons reference. They put that at number 10. They put Santonio Holmes' game-winning touchdown. That's spectacular. They put the sea of hands. I don't remember that one. Malcolm Butler's interception. Fine. I'll deal with it. The Music City Miracle playoff moments. Okay, fine. Fair. The Hail Mary. Get it. The helmet catch. Fine. The Ice Bowl QB sneak. No one reading this was alive. The catch. Suck my fucking pussy. The Immaculate Reception.
Pussy.
Cool. Whatever. Where? We'll get to it. ESPN... I will fight your entire writing staff, interns, and reporters, stacking bodies while organizing them into a series of piles that I will shove up Scott Van Pelt's degenerate gambling pale asshole while singing Fly, Eagles, Fly. How the fuck do you leave the Philly special off this list of fucking lies? That's it. I'm driving to Stamford, Connecticut. Let your security know they're not going home tonight.
And the comment on his own post, the Minnesota Miracle, Jesus Christ, I'm going to skull fuck you.
You know what's sad? I remember writing this dead sober.
Yeah.
That's believable.
Dead sober.
That's believable.
Dead sober. I get very defensive. I hate ESPN. I hate them. And I
think ESPN hates themselves.
That Pelt's grown on me, but I hate that half of Monday's broadcast is literally degenerate gambling. Be like, oh, can you believe that Jackson State beat fucking Mesa Tempe fucking junior college by 3? Well, I had it at 3.5. Who the fuck cares, man? Fucking losers.
I also love Holbrook's hatred for Minnesota.
Oh, I have it too, so it's okay.
It's fucking fantastic.
I don't like reading anything before like 2017. Is this safe for fucking fucking.
I'll read it for you.
I'll read it for you.
No,
So this is to Carrie, who's not here right now.
Me and Carrie had a class at Temple University. It was called The History of Sex in America or the American Sexual Past or some shit. And we took it thinking it was going to be about fucking or whatever. And it wasn't. It was just a lot of fucking propaganda and shit. It was terrible. The teacher was absolutely the world's worst cunt. If her and Hitler were drowning in a pool, I would use Hitler to weigh her down and put more water in the pool. I'm not saying I would save Hitler over her, but they would die together.
Not saying.
Not saying.
And I didn't like that class. I don't even know if this is about the class. I'm just saying the background of why me and Kara were talking back then. So I'm wearing my purple parrots from Legends of the Hidden... I don't remember this one at all. I'm wearing my purple parrots from Legends of the Hidden Temple shirt today, as you clearly saw in our sex class. On my way home, I encountered a red Jaguar shirt wearer, in which case I managed to call him a pussy. I feel satisfied. I don't remember that, but that's great.
I imagine you and Carrie signed up for the sex class. You're like, fuck yeah,
We didn't know we
dude.
were in the class together.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was actually kind of funny.
Is that where you guys first met?
No, we've
it's like
known
high
each other
school.
for years, yeah.
Yeah, Holbrook took Carrie to prom in a U-Haul.
Twice.
Here you go.
Oh, God, there's still more.
Oh, I got this text.
Oh. It's,
Can DoorDash.
it's 2021. Why can't Google any state-of-the-art algorithms answer simple questions? And it was what I typed into Google.
How
Whenever
long
I
can
typed in, it said,
DoorDash?
"Did you mean how long can DoorDash Chinese food sit on your porch and be safe to eat? I have an outdoor cat and foxes nearby too." I ate it.
That is not surprising.
I fucking ate it. I was hammered when I wrote that.
Every once in a while, I'll get like a "Is this food safe to eat?" question from you.
You know I don't know shit about food safety, even though I worked at food places for 10 years. 2016. This is a rough year. I don't even want to know what this says. We're coming up on a generation that still thinks Fall Out Boy is rock, that Dave Grohl's Nirvana days are pointless, and think heavy metal are these boy bands dressed like Miley Cyrus screaming about their feelings. Turn off 104.5 and worship Satan. Yeah, I stand by that. I fucking stand by that even more now. Fucking pussies.
We'll quick hit a couple of these.
Oh, this was a great one. This is a great
I
one.
was here for this.
This is right after the fucking yeah, I'm really
I
good.
can't remember which
I'm
one
really
you
good at getting
batted
free
your
parking.
eyelashes off.
If I have one superpower, it's getting free parking.
Yeah.
Me, hey, can I park here? Live Nation. Are you a VIP? Me, batting my eyelashes. You know, I woke up feeling like one, and in 2021 I identify as one, and she literally said, "Fine," and let me park there. That was the MM barbecue for Jane's Addiction.
Oh, I was with you when it didn't work.
Yeah.
We went to
Lannis?
maybe no, I don't know. I think it was Megadeth or whatever.
I would love to see
Dropkick
Jane yell at a
Murphys in-
Megadeth concert.
Dropkick Murphys, it was free.
You guys rock.
Oh yeah, dude, this is a real one. I still do it.
You guys are good at this.
15 years old. I'm going to smoke a bunch of weed and see how high I can get. 25 years old. I'm going to drink a bunch of beer and see how drunk I can get. 35 years old. I'm going to take a bunch of Metamucil and see how regular I can get. I'm telling you, it adds volume. Not like more times, but volume. The volume is better.
The volume.
Instead of it looking like old fryer oil, it's fucking.
Like, you will literally look down and go, sweet.
Hmm?
I don't remember this.
Note for
Note, Uncle Cracker may be the worst act of all time. Like, Five Finger Death Punch at least made me laugh before with their terribleness. I once said, "Okay, all right," riff about Volbeat before I realized it was them. My Chemical Romance even got me to say Solid Energy one time when I was on uppers. But Uncle Cracker is just a 3-layer pussy cake of cliche, boredom, and generic.
And that was October.
Sober.
That was October, too. This wasn't like, oh, I was a dumbass back then.
Sober.
Yeah.
Sober.
This is 3 weeks ago.
This is just classic.
Need advice. Target Master or Suburban Armory. I need to buy a pistol so I can shoot myself in the asshole repeatedly because that would be more fun activity on Sundays than watching.
This
the
was
Eagles.
this was when the Cowboys fucking smoked the
Rings
Eagles.
true.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's stood the test of time.
I
It's
got
aged so
flagged
well.
by Zuckerberg for self-harm for that, by the way.
Yep.
Oh.
Just saw
This
my
one just-
dad for the first time in like a week, and the first thing he says is, "Why did they remake Footloose?" I don't know, Dad. I'm not ready for these complicated questions.
Wait, was it like the Footloose remake like 10 years ago?
Yeah.
It was like Miles Teller.
Yeah, like it was like it wasn't new. And that was what? September. It's September. So
That was
like,
Feet Loose.
yeah. And last one here.
This is a
twofer.
double.
Well,
It's
it's
a
a twofer, but the second one I didn't realize I.
I'll read them in order then. They might be in order. Danielle went to this one. Dropkick and Rancid tonight. Pretty stoked. Thankfully, Wawa remembered the salad dressing today, or else it would have been Dropkick counter people and Rancid dumps on said counter. I don't know. I kind of just started typing, and here I am. And then,
Hey, why is this stuff on Delco Live?
and then
I mean, really about Wawa.
hours later, I decide to say, fine, I'll put it out there. I ate a whole jar of chopped jalapenos last night, and I've been cooped up on the bathroom at work like it's a shelter-in-place drill.
Oh God. Oh Jesus.
Because that's what I want to eat after a long night of drinking.
That was
Is
the
chopped up jalapenos.
that was when I said, have you ever had constation and diarrhea at the same time? It
Yeah,
was
dude.
like having the little X-wings escort like a big, like starfighter around the turret. It was very odd.
It's like shitting out an upside down pyramid.
So those were some of our favorite Holbrook / Delco Live moments. Danielle threw some extra ones in there. Thank you, and Profit.
I have one that.
Is way too long. I couldn't even fit it on the screen.
Oh yeah, no, not that one.
Is it the one you
Your-
tagged me in?
Yeah, your Septorants when you used to have to take
Oh,
Septor
God,
to work.
I
By the
don't
way,
think I can read those.
Yo, we should do just go and get those and make them an article.
Oh my God! Do you want me to read the SEPTA one?
No, because it's like 4 hours long.
No, I can do this.
You should make it an article. Like,
No, there's no way I want this in writing, documented to people.
It's on
This
Facebook
made
and
it out
writing.
to strangers, but the weird part is like it made it out to. You ever get like someone like your private status and you don't know them,
Yeah.
but it was just like random people just like throwing hearts and fucking shit. I'm just gonna do it. This is fine writing. I just want to read this. This is
He
big.
wants to.
This is June 13th, the Crumb's birthday, 2019. It was the fucking last time I ever had to take SEPTA. Up until today, I used to have to take SEPTA 2 times a day minimum, sometimes 4, sometimes 5 a day to work in Center City. I just took SEPTA for the last time for hopefully a very long time. For 4+, I have no idea if this is safe to read. For 4+ years, I was subjected to taking the Market Frankfurt line, the L, and any combo of the 101 or 102 trolley, or God forbid, the 113 bus. The Broad Street Line and regional rails are literally beautiful cruise ships compared to those vessels. I held in my feelings about SEPTA for most of the time. I want to vent about my experiences, so below is basically a manifesto that goes into a dark, dark place that most humans outside of war should never experience. Do not read if you are squeamish, easily offended, or somehow have any hope that I am a good person. Here is how I feel about SEPTA. I hate SEPTA. Hate is a very strong word, and that's why I use it. I hate SEPTA. 80% of people on SEPTA are a living episode of Cops that is too annoying to air. I have stopped describing things as the worst. I now refer to them as SEPTA. Boy, that 2000 Flyers team was bad, but this current one is straight up SEPTA. The best the L has ever smelled is when the one I was on caught on fire. I was mad someone extinguished it because I feel ample amounts of fire is the only way to cleanse the mobile cesspool that is the Market Frankfurt line. The L and the 113 bus smell like death died 3 weeks ago and sat in the sun. Stop trying to get me to join your 69th Street church. You are on SEPTA. Look around. There is clearly no God, at least not here. You are a 25-year-old blatant junkie with nicer shoes than me. No, you didn't fight in Vietnam. You're not getting $1 for something hot to eat. I am not a spry runner, but if I missed one more train because someone was clogging the staircase doing the West Philly waddle on the way down, I'm going to start RKOing people. 69th Street is terrible. Oh, but it has the Tower Theater, which is great. Welcome to 2019. No, it's fucking not.
This is not even halfway through.
It is
by the way.
awkwardly designed, uncomfortable, sounds like shit, and since 1990 has only booked shit like Fred Durst's spoken word tour. God, I wish that was a real thing and not me being dramatic. Leandro's Pizza is good. I wish it wasn't stuck between 2 Cricket Wireless stores and across the street from a 3rd Cricket Wireless store. I took the L twice a day, 5 days a week. That's 10 times total each week. I was guaranteed to see at least 1 to 2 overdoses each week. That's 10 to 20% of the time. Why? Because I have seen SEPTA police be proactive like 3 total times. Why have them and not put them on the L? When there's an overdose, they go and stand around the body and call grown-ups. Their job can literally be done by fucking parking cones. They went on strike and I didn't notice until a week after the strike ended because they are non-existent where they need to be. People openly shoot up in seats directly next to conductor's hatch, but no one bats an eye. Hit up SEPTA Social. You'll get some generic reply that might as well say, we don't give a shit about anyone or anything. Call 911 if it's that bad. I once saw a woman that was in a muumuu that had shaved her head to look like a crackhead Dalai Lama, eating grass out of a bag and chewing it like a goat. When the grass would fall out of her mouth to the floor, she would pick up the chewed wads and eat it again. I know that is technically not illegal, but it should be something. I wasn't joking when I tagged SEPTA and said I want to fight every combo or any of their board of directors all at once in any setting of their choosing, because I just have this internal urge to punch someone who profits off this fraud of an organization over and over and over and over and over again for this complete embarrassment that makes you rich. Fucking fight me. When I worked with troubled children, their parents' biggest fear is that they would have enough basic life skills to find a job. But after the last 4 years, I want to dig up all their numbers and say, good news, little Jimmy is actually overqualified for most positions at SEPTA. When did this trend start? Where there's a massive group of people heading to a staircase, and you decide 4 steps into it, you're just going to stop walking and look at your phone and become a human obstacle course. That's what SEPTA is, a collection of individuals that have no awareness and are so selfish with their existence that they don't even notice or respect the human beings within millimeters of them. Every time I see President Donald Trump on TV, I get mad, and it's not at him or about him. It's because SEPTA was on strike for a new contract during Election Day 2016, and the Philadelphia government saw poll numbers getting closer and fucking gave in to SEPTA's horrible demands to get more people out to the polls to vote, and it didn't even work. They didn't even win the state. A city that is so full of corruption, and yet it still sucks at executing it. This is a company that in the previous 20 months had completely shut down the Delco to dig up trolley tracks for no reason for the Pope visit that maybe 5 to 6 people used, and then pulled all the L cars because their engineers didn't use the correct brakes. Why should dipshits like that have job security? I was once on the platform and watched the L crash into the L. A slow-moving train hit a train in front of, which was the only thing in front of the fucking train. Helen Keller would have been sitting there going, how the fuck did they not see that? Those drivers, those conductors, I don't know what the fuck you refer to them. Let's just go with fucking morons. Have complete job protection because of this egregious contract their union has. Wow, I really did go off on them. I guess we're close enough. There's people blatantly harassing your paying customers. Yo, $2 for a token? Tokens are phased out like 2 years ago and you're holding a nickel. Yo, baby, trying to fuck? No? Then fuck you, bitch, to every woman walking by. Right in front of employees just sitting there trying to read comics. Well, read the writing on the wall. You suck and so does your company. Why don't I do something to change how awful it is? I can't. Because every solution I come up with is banned by the Geneva Convention and flamethrowers are too limited. Bringing a child on the L should be considered child abuse, but when I see most mothers who do it, I feel like it isn't the worst moment of the kid's day. It's usually like young kids that are all happy and excited about school, and then there's mom listening to some garbage clip as loud as they can on their phone while shouting into earphones with a mic attached to a second phone at the top of their lungs with some profanity-laced tirade about beating someone's ass and some Maury-level drama while their kids run around like it's a diseased metallic park and stopping when mom takes 2 seconds to violently curse at them. Then in a few years wonder why the kids grow up to be disrespectful pieces of shit. It's because of you, twat. 80% of people on 80% of people on SEPTA are okay. In a perfect world, a meteor would strike 1234 Market Street, their headquarters, during a celebration party with all their stockholders and higher-ups. When I see obituaries posted for presidents of the company, I want to print them out, eat a tremendous amount of Taco Bell, wipe my scorched ass with them, and mail them to the deceased loved one.
Scorched ass.
SEPTA, I don't wish you the worst because that's too good for you. I wish you the SEPTA. See you in hell, you fucking joke. Sincerely, your best-smelling customer.
Oh, God. Jesus.
I don't like SEPTA,
How
man.
long did that take you to write?
I wrote it over a period of like a month going into the final and just saved it.
So it just was like building
I
up
just
and building up.
wrote what I saw. I hate SEPTA. I just think it's all scam. That was made abundantly clear.
Holbrook, yeah, the Holbrook / Delco Live post. If we can tie them both together for me. The other one was, did I ever talk about the T-shirt video?
Oh, yeah.
I don't. Yeah,
Fantastic.
I don't remember writing it. Like I.
Do you remember we went
seeing
to?
You edited that video. I was very proud of you.
Yeah.
It was after the first Masters. We went to the after party at Tumble. We were doing karaoke.
You sang Natterday for
Yeah.
Tequila.
I waited fucking 8 minutes while they played fucking Tequila so I could yell Natterdays off fucking beat. Ugh, dude.
I loved it. So Al, do you have any other favorite Delco Live moments?
No, I actually, that's, I think we had enough. I think we went through them all, plus our favorite Holbrook moments.
Oh, I got 3, and they're kind of heartwarming.
Go ahead. Well, all right, no, we forgot to put one up here because I forgot to put the graphic on here. The one I shared with you guys today was The Rock.
That's number 3 for me. Do you want me to just go into mine?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. The number 3 on mine is 2 years ago today when we got The Rock to reach out to Lily Chung. The whole concept of the show and that campaign was that you may not be able to do everything, but you can do something, and you never know how far that something can go if you just do it and get it out there. That all started as an attempt to do like an ice bucket challenge and see who can get into it, who it can get to, and somehow it got to the right people. People got involved, which made more people want to get involved, and then more and more, and the right people saw it. I woke up hungover, and someone said, it happened. It literally fucking happened. And I just stared at my phone like Emma Stone watching Michael Keaton fly off the end of Birdman with just amazement on my face.
Spoiler.
There was literally a moment in time right here in this county where they said, where it was ideal for grown men in their 30s to dress like professional wrestlers, cut promos for a good cause. So if that isn't just a perfect storm that was needed that day,
Yeah.
don't know why. That's something good. That was number 3 for me.
Is this one of yours, the one Victoria said?
That wasn't technically Delco Live, I don't think.
No, it was.
Yeah, it was like one of the first things you guys did.
That was Delco Live. That was Delco Live.
Oh.
That was
No,
you and me
that
once
wasn't
again.
mine.
That was you and me once again. Tell my wife we're leaving.
Yeah.
Holbrook's picking me up. We're going to find out if Wawa is Wendy's is charging us the Philly soda tax, and she goes, "Okay, just make sure you
Just
lock
wants
up
you
when
out
you
of
get
the
in."
house.
Yeah.
You're gonna get killed by a bear. You're gonna save the taxes.
We monitor all these.
I think she just gave up.
She's
Just
just
like gave up.
We
She
monitor
wants
all
Al
these.
to die so she can fuck Holbrook.
Yeah, it would have been Ridley because we were probably following it because we were moving here. Or whatever.
And we went to the wrong Wendy's by
They
accident.
said the Wendy's in Ridley. Number one, this is my favorite thing. It was this woman posted that they were charging the Philadelphia soda tax at a Ridley location for Wendy's. The order was literally a double bacon. It was a double baconator.
Yes.
A large diet Dr. Pepper and like extra fries.
Is it the diet Dr. Pepper's gonna fucking do anything?
Exactly.
Hey,
Yeah.
that sounds like something I order normally.
So
Well, you had diabetes.
we
It's
went.
different.
We had the
Maybe
joy
she
of.
is too.
We had the joy of trying to
We
do
get
it.
diabetes. It's not real.
And we went to the one on McDade. We're like, the Ridley. That's Ridley. Like Folsom's Ridley.
Stewart Ave.
And we did it, and they didn't charge the fucking thing. We're like, this bitch is freaking out about
And then
like
we
32 cents.
we played off like we were just we
Yeah.
had a control. We had to make sure the experiment was working well.
So we found out it was the one next
We
to
took
Boeing.
that food and we went to the one that was down on Sellers Avenue towards right.
And then you ate both of them together and fucking your pancreas and orgasm, didn't it?
And they charged us the fee.
Yeah.
And
we were live, and there was another time we had like hundreds and hundreds of people watching and commenting along, while me and Holbrook chewed down on double baconators and
double lies.
with covered in cheese.
No
and
taxation
bacon.
without representation, sir.
Yeah. We got it on the news. They actually called and interviewed me about it. Like I think I still had some cheese on my chin the next day from it. So yeah.
So I mean,
Cheese.
I'm not
Cheese.
saying that we're basically
White cheese.
George Washington, but
Yeah.
we're close.
I mean, I'm not
enough.
gonna throw that.
You guys are the Christopher Columbus of figuring out the Philadelphia soda tax in Delaware County.
Well, I wasn't gonna throw the bacon into the Boston baconator into the Boston Harbor,
You
but
should throw in the Darby Creek, dude.
we were gonna do it. Remember we did that for Swiss Farms? We were gonna go get tea cooler and dump it in the creek.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
it would be the cleanest the
We
creek
almost
ever
had a tea
was.
party. The Twisted Tea Lights.
That was a good one. I don't know. I forgot about that one.
Okay, go ahead.
Number 2, when the town brackets took off.
Yes.
We've been doing that other show for 4 years. It was just our we had just launched. We had only had maybe a dozen, maybe only a half dozen episodes going into that. We had a page. We decided to rebrand, start completely fresh. Delco Live was a fresh thing. Whatever. We're going to bring you more Delco. Like, whatever. It's going to be a little bit more PC, get more people in here. And
Yeah, we didn't really do that well.
X amount of likes, X amount of followers, whatever. I didn't really know how to feel about where it was going. And then one of my friends, Joe Lemo, just goes, it was March Madness and brackets are coming out, and he goes, why don't you do one with the fucking towns? And I was like, that's a fucking good idea. I went on, I started doing math in my head. I'm like, there is literally, if you stretch a couple out, divide them a little bit, there is 64 towns. And I don't know, it was just the first time I realized, like, I don't know. Personally, if you recall, I went and got that fucking all-beloved bachelor's degree and couldn't find a fucking job anywhere. So I do all these menial jobs, delivering pizzas here, delivering flowers there, doing this, working there, cleaning this, all over the county for like 6 years while I applied to like fucking 5 jobs a day. And I just got to see the whole county and everyone. And then like I finally got that job, and it gave me enough time during the day to work with this shit. And I was like, wow, did all those years of bullshit actually just pay off? Because it was so easy in my mind, because I'd been to all these counties like every day. I knew how to fucking rank these. I knew the power rankings. Dude, if you pull up the fucking first one,
Yeah, he was like,
tell me like those aren't really good matchups.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I mean, I'm not fucking trying to toot my own horn. I did just have to
But
read a bunch of
toot.
beep. But I did the most of this episode was me reading shit I fucking wrote before. When we had the first round of whatever. That's 32 matchups. Got to write about 64 towns all in a day. Put it out there, and it just dude, like Facebook didn't even they mention they were like we went from like 1,000 likes to like 15,000 like a fucking week. People got really engaged, and it's just like, oh, and like to go back to my thing about the Lily Chung thing. You may not be able to do everything, but you can do something. And if you go back and look at those graphics, dude, that is me copy and pasting a fucking Excel sheet I made on my computer at work. I don't even know how to fucking make that shit at the time. You showed me how to like work PowerPoint and all that afterwards. But like, dude, I knew how to do something. We did it, and it took off. And that was the first time, I don't know, I guess I felt appreciated for shit like that.
yeah, we jumped to like 8,000, from like 1,500 to 8,000 just from doing the bracket.
And then on top of that, the bar bracket where we got to meet a lot of really cool people, and even that shit. Dude, my favorite part of that shit was not anything we did, not any of the voting or whatever. I loved meeting the people that would make me laugh. Remember when we fucking did the first episode and Aston called in? And
Yeah.
we got them to act like they were the fucking Confederates, like, Aston will rise again.
Yes.
And the one dude who called in, he's just like, I'm fucking so Delco, I don't even do heroin, but I keep Narcan next to my bed just in case.
Yeah.
Like, people have made me fucking laugh. Dude, a Nunu was one of the funniest things I ever heard in my fucking life.
Yeah, that was the birth of a Nunu.
Yeah.
We got to meet him.
Are we doing
The guy that called in, one of my is the guy that called in with the bag that says not drugs.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because he drove into the marina.
Yeah. Are we doing a 2022 Delco draft?
The draft? I doubt the draft. That didn't go over as well as I thought for the effort we put into it.
Yeah,
Fair.
we put a lot of effort into that.
Yeah, that took up days of my
Are we
If
doing?
we had people who could represent the draft and actually allow them to do it, it'd probably be better off. But yeah, that probably not this one, but we'll have something like that.
Number one for me is Delco Day 4. And while Delco Day 3 was like when it really evolved into something, like that was night and day compared to Delco Day 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. 4 was when it really settled in. 3, we were still riding the high. We were coming right off those brackets. I'm like, I don't know how to deal with this. We were the hottest thing in the fucking county for like those days. I didn't know if it was just a bubble that was going to burst. It was cool that it went there. And by the way, 3 might have actually been the best party out of all of them.
Yeah.
The fucking Marshmallow Man throwing shit off
Yeah.
the roof. That was fucking awesome. But 4 was when it really settled in the least douchey way. It was the first time I feel like we created something bigger than ourselves. I rank it as the 3rd best day of my life after the Phillies World Series and the Super Bowl week. People showed up in droves, begging to get on the bill. Sacco tore the place down. We partied till 4 a.m. when the cops asked us to leave politely. I was the first time I felt like a rock star.
Yeah, it was that overall was one of the biggest parties where Delco Day turned into what it is.
Yeah.
You're absolutely correct. Like it's more than just
Because
us
3
throwing
was
a
like
party.
3 was like, this is awesome, especially compared to like 1 and 2.
3 is what made us go, but we could do so much more now.
3 going into 4, it was basically like I had a little fear. I was like, can we do 3 again? And we did, and better.
Yeah.
6 was great too.
We start planning soon, though. Like so
5 was amazing.
Royal Rumble's on a
5
fucking
was one of the
Saturday
greatest
this year.
days ever, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we sat out back at
Remember when all those
strippers?
strippers? Remember all the
Yeah.
the celebrity porn stars came in?
Yeah, we ate those
That was so much.
cheeseburgers.
Oh my god, it was so
Did
good.
labor.
Yeah. Boy, was my cock tired.
We start planning the day of the Royal Rumble, which is coming up soon.
Yeah, dude, it's a Saturday this year. Isn't that fucking whack?
Yeah,
What, the Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
Why?
Because fucking Vince McMahon's a fucking idiot.
Yeah. They
Why
also
they move 'em?
they also announced who all the guest appearances
Which I
are.
hate.
And,
I absolutely despise
Yeah.
that shit, dude.
which I haven't looked at it. I know Johnny Knoxville's in it. I don't know what number he is. But they're like, oh, this is what number everyone is. Well, that's kind of fucking whack. It's the whole point of this is supposed to be fun.
We may play Dobbs that night. I might not even fucking watch.
Do you think because people leak shit out all the time anymore, he's just like, screw it, I'm leaking it out?
No, I feel like he's just like, I don't care anymore.
He wants to put more asses in seats, so he'll be like, oh, they'll be there. And just like, we want the surprise. But whatever.
Yeah. I want the crowd pop of hearing Jeff Hardy's music when it's like, oh, dude, he just checked in at rehab 6 months ago. And now
Perfect
he's back.
example of that shit was just like, I don't know, this is just me fucking nerding out over wrestling shit. The best thing of the year is the Royal Rumble when there's surprise entrance and shit.
Yeah.
Fucking Daniel Bryan was gone for like 2 years and like wasn't cleared to wrestle, and they decided to bring him back the Monday before the Royal Rumble for a test match. Why don't you just fucking wait 6 days and put him in the Rumble, and we would have fucking gone nuts?
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, and all the good guys, all the good wrestlers end up going to AEW anyway.
I couldn't tell you, dude. I haven't watched any.
Yeah, I
shit
mean,
in a while.
Do you
all right,
remember?
so real quick, because we're getting to the end here.
Are.
So we're gonna just touch on this briefly, and I want to preface this one here about we're not trying to spread a story around. We're using this story to show you how. I guess my point is, after going through the story, I want to know, should people be like legally held accountable?
Yes.
For things that they write on social media that could be detrimental to somebody or a business or something like that. You know, was it liable when you write it, I guess, right?
I mean, I'm dead serious. I mean, I'm already going to cut you off and say, yeah, like literally, you're out. If you say I took the COVID shot today and my arm hurt tomorrow, you will get flagged with a fucking like misinformation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like even if you're right or wrong, it'll just see certain words and be like, whatever. Like you're flagged. I got flagged for fucking self-harm for that one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the same thing. If you post it on social media, that's just you saying it the same way that, like, if I post on social media that Al has terrible diabetes, that's the same thing as me saying it out loud. So it's still, oh, it was a joke, it was online. No, you still said it. You should be held accountable for it.
But if you said Al has diabetes and he doesn't, or vice versa, do you get in trouble for that?
No, because, I mean, like...
But if you said something like Al did something wrong and it hurt say it shut Delco Live down, hurt a business.
Oh, yeah, and if it was proven wrong, yeah, the same way that girls that accuse
Well, I'm not
guys...
even saying if it's proven wrong or not. You're just basing this... all right, and I'll tell the story. So we call this segment Big Trauble in Little Prospect.
I didn't get a chance to read any of this shit, man. This is all foreign to me. I'll
walk you through this. So you'll see here, there's 3 posts here. So in the Concerned Residents of Prospect Park, Norwood, Glen Olden page, somebody posted a picture they took of Traub's Bakery. They put a sign on the door that says, unfortunately, due to unforeseen circumstances, we'll be closed until further notice. We apologize for the inconvenience this may cause, and we hope to get back up in the near future. Thank you, and have a great day, Traub's Bakery. Very, anybody know what happened? I hope they reopen soon. And then if you jump to the other side, on the right side, depending on how you look at your screen, people started commenting. He doesn't pay his employees. He doesn't haven't had the building up to code. And then apparently somebody posted around the same time, the one in the middle that you see here. I'm going to say her name because her name's up there, Debbie Hart. She put, to all my wonderful friends and family, I'm asking that you no longer make purchases at Traub's Bakery in Prospect Park. This has been under new ownership, and the man that owns knows nothing about baking. He does not pay his employees on time. He's not reporting taxes he's taking to the IRS. He is married with 6 children, messing around with an employee much younger than him, found in her apartment on the main line and pays for her rent out of the register, gotten her pregnant, and now apparently, I'm just reading as she wrote it, now apparently is engaged to her. He has been sued by a former employee that he owed a lot of money to for not declaring taxes to the IRS. He settled out of court. He is a schmuck and should be held accountable for his actions, as he now owes my daughter-in-law money. Please do not support the business. He is losing employees every day. Sad world that we live in, that an employer has to do this to his employees. So now, I am not sitting here saying...
That's slander.
Hold on. I'm not sitting here saying Debbie's right or wrong. So Debbie's not even the person who's accusing this. Apparently is her daughter? Daughter-in-law. Sorry, daughter-in-law. So her daughter-in-law is the person she's speaking of. People are posting things that, his building's not up to code. This person saying that they're not paying the taxes that they're taking out of people's paychecks. And then on top of it saying, married with 6 children and having an affair and getting young girl pregnant and paying for, all this stuff.
That doesn't have anything to do with cupcakes.
Exactly.
Like, I don't give a shit what the
Well,
person-
She could be sued if they can prove one accusation and they're wrong. And one of them that you can get weird with is not reporting taxes to the IRS. Maybe they're paying them under the table. Maybe they're fucking kids, like she's saying.
Well, here's the thing is,
Not
so
fucking kids, but maybe
they-
kids.
this is one of many
He's not a
posts.
pedophile. He's just cheap.
This is one of many posts that you'll find on Facebook. And it was a simple post. Hey, did you guys know Traub's closed? And it turned into, apparently has a secret wife somewhere who he got pregos.
Is this person in the comment section just regurgitating the one from Debbie Hart?
Apparently she just, a lot of the stuff she regurgitated. So they said, hi, please don't believe everything you read. The girl quit her job. So somebody went to go against what that girl was saying.
Yeah.
Said the girl quit her job, and then her mother-in-law felt she needed to put everyone's personal business on Facebook, and for the public, not cool at all.
Yeah, I can tell that.
And she's not wrong, but my point is true or not true, should the person get in trouble for putting that out?
Yeah, because
All right, if it's true, if it's 100% true, if Debbie Hart is telling the absolute truth,
but it's not anyone else's business.
How would she know?
if I'm the daughter-in-law and I'm going to sue this person, I would kill her.
How would she know?
Well, if Debbie's daughter-in-law told her the story,
How would she know? Like, you can't put anything out there that's literally speculation. You can't make really hard facts like this unless you fucking see.
And this is where the court of public opinion becomes a big problem.
Court of public. She's out here stating these as fucking fact to the public.
Titties.
Without being able to verify.
Well, it's because people want to believe it, first of all, because it's
Right.
it's sexy. It's whatever you want to call
Scandalous.
it. Scandalous, yes.
Mostly delicious.
Yeah, and people want to believe it. Now, like I said, I know nothing if this is true or not. This just came up, and I'm reading it, and I'm like, well, number one, we can't do anything with this. But I'm like, what annoys me about it is that people can simply write whatever they feel like, put it out there, and without any care at all. Because, like, what about your daughter-in-law is a bold-faced liar?
Exactly.
Like, you're taking it on the... Like, listen.
Maybe her daughter got fired for fucking fair reason.
I love my kids, but if my kids came in and told me something like this, first part, I would never air my business, my personal business.
Yeah.
That's number one. Like, this is the same. Like, Debbie right now to me is no different than that girl in the Walmart screaming and yelling to make a scene to get what she wants.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I see with this. So even if Debbie is telling 100% truth, what does this guy's actions have to do with somebody who likes their cupcakes? Like Danielle said, what does this have to do with me
I
buying
fuck
cupcakes?
with the cannoli from there, but like, I don't care if this dude's an adulterer. Are the cannolis good? Cool, man.
By the way, adultery is not illegal.
It's not.
It is like the story.
I'm sorry,
it's morally frowned upon.
If he's not
like,
paying his employees, then on top of it, he's paying to keep his mistress. Like, this guy dug himself in a hole.
But that's not like her charge to leave.
That's not my
what
problem.
Was Monday? Monday was a holiday, right? Monday was a holiday, right?
Yes.
Whose holiday was it?
Martin Luther King.
Notorious adulterer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he's fucking. You can't miss like the message he sent. He was just fucking wasn't faithful to his lady.
No. My whole thing is, I think she shouldn't have aired this dude out like that, especially because we don't know.
But especially if there is there's a legal case.
Yeah, like
if I'm the lawyer, I'm like, oh, your mother-in-law is a dumbass.
And it also goes from fact into like straight up opinion name calling with he is a schmuck and should be held accountable for his actions. Who are you? Are you the IRS? Like, and now you're saying he's a schmuck. And now he owes my daughter-in-law money.
And it kind of goes to...
She's probably just makes her daughter-in-law hit her up for money.
And it probably...
Debbie Hart may hate him for another
she
reason.
could have lied why she lost her job. Maybe she was stealing out the register. Now, I could be getting in trouble because I'm accused.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, that's my point. Like, I'm not saying there's any credibility either way to this story. Could it be 100% true? Could it be 100% false? We won't know.
I mean, how many times have we seen reviews back in the day where it's like a bot or like something that just like doesn't make any fucking sense? When I worked at Pizza Hut, we would get ridiculous like ones that would be like, "Oh, it was terrible. My cheeseburger was cold." Like, we don't fucking sell cheeseburgers. Like, but the 1-star review goes against us.
Dude, my favorite would be like fucking things you can't control. It'd be like, well, yeah, the place is cool, but there's no cell phone reception, or like the traffic outside is bad, and it's like it's on Township One.
Amazon reviews. I bought this product. It was the great product. It was exactly what I wanted. It was a great price, but I gave it a 1 star because the box was damaged. It came in. I'm like, that's not Amazon's fault. That could have been the delivery guy's fault, UPS, FedEx, whoever you're dealing with.
It's like up to the user though, like the person who's like looking at this to kind of just like sort through.
Well,
like, the
no,
bullshit.
that's
like,
why
this
it's
lady's
good
not
you're
credible,
able to
like,
read it. But
I
the
don't think
point
she
is like Holbrook's saying, you can go from a 5.0 star review on something to a 4 because a couple people put 1-star reviews over dumb things.
And they might not even have fucking actually had the product.
I'll tell you right now, when I look at reviews of something, like on Amazon especially, I look at the top reviews. I look at the most recent, the last.
That's I always do the
months.
most recent and the worst reviews first.
And then I go look at the worst reviews and I see if they're ridiculous.
But you also have to weigh them out with all the good reviews. That's like usually what I do.
Like, what about the one dickhead, the infamous one we dealt with, where he gave Lion's Head, the new Santinos, a 0-star review because there wasn't any cars there at 3 p.m. on a Wednesday?
Yeah.
He said, clearly they're terrible food because no one's there. No one should go there. Like, what the fuck do you mean, dude?
Yeah. Well, how about the guy with Phil and Jim's? Or Jim?
Oh, one of my favorites.
Yeah. Holbrook went to get a sandwich in spite.
I literally dedicated my day to fucking spite and hatred, and it panned out.
I cannot believe such a thing.
I know, right?
But my point to this, bringing this up, was that not so much the story, because the story is, what you call it, it's...
Tell my wonderful friend. Okay, yeah, I'm just reading again. I'm just like, I always like to just poke holes.
Like, you're saying, like, but should she get in trouble for this?
Do you think would it go too far if Traubs went after Debbie Hart?
I'm not gonna lie.
Instead of Traubs, that said Alza Fury's cock business, whatever you had going on. If someone aired
Nobody fucks with my cock business.
If someone aired you out on Facebook like that, how would you respond?
I mean, I would probably. All right, so say just take half of this. Say somebody put something out there. Hey, I hope you guys like Delco Live, but I wouldn't support Delco Live because I found out that Al has 4 kids, a wife, and now he has a 22-year-old girlfriend on the side who he got pregnant,
Sharon.
And now he's paying for her apartment up in the main line. Like,
he tore a perineum with his penis.
So number one, I'd be like, what does that have to do with Delco Live? What does that have to do with it?
Nah.
Number one, like some people said in the comments, but number two, if it's not true, number one, people are going to believe it. Just like if you know, and I'm using this one and people get upset about it, but like if a girl wants to really screw a guy over, all they have to say is he raped me or he.
Sean Oakman.
Yeah, like
Sean Oakman. I was actually thinking about that the other day. That's a fucking fucked up story, dude.
Yeah,
and
I'm just going to use an example. If like me and Danielle are in this room alone together for 5 minutes.
That will never happen.
And there's
just kidding.
Yeah, well, we have the lawyers who said we can't do that, but that's beside the point. But like and all she has to do is leave here, go home, and the next day post up. I feel violated, blah, blah, blah. He was touching me. I didn't want his advances. And nothing happened. First of all, we all know that wouldn't be true. You would totes want the advances, but that's beside the point. My point is, you could easily slander me, and I could lose my job. I could lose my family just because you want to be a biatch. And just like this, I'm like, once again, Debbie here, be it right or be it wrong.
Did you say that she's a Debbie Downer?
Yeah.
Yes.
Be it right or be wrong.
Down something.
First part, she had no right to say this. It should have been the daughter-in-law who put this out there.
She probably posted that the daughter-in-law hit her up for money. It was like, I need money because different jobs fired me because I'm a fucking,
I'm pretty sure he does drugs and he bangs his young chick or something.
I'm pretty sure you do drugs.
Yeah, but
I hate things like this because there's really like never a right answer. Like you could say, oh, this shouldn't be allowed, but then the fine line is like, well, then what is allowed?
So let me ask this question then, Danielle. If this was 100% true, everything this lady wrote down was 100% we found out to be fact, is it still okay for her to put out there? I'll answer my part is no. And I'll tell you why. This is my point. Okay.
I think that if she was like, hey, he doesn't pay his employees, he doesn't know anything about baking. If he just
I went there and the food was terrible.
Yeah, like if the business was just the business, that's fine. But the second into like his personal life, again, my personal life and my business life do not intersect at all.
I mean, if he was a habitual gambler or a frequent drug user, that's where all the money was going. Where does it matter? He's not paying his employees.
Exactly.
He's not keeping up with the business.
How I work in my life is from 9 a.m. Tuesday through Friday and 8 to 5 Saturdays That's when I'm professional. Anything other than that does not reflect what I do at work.
No.
Oh, definitely.
So if I want to fucking sit here and make fucking cum jokes all night, that doesn't reflect my professional life.
I mean, how many great athletes have we heard were the biggest douchebags?
Yeah.
Did it make them any less of an athlete? Might have soured somebody. That
As soon as he got like cunty in the media, then he started to suck.
Well, he was not playing well, and he was on
Exactly.
bad teams. But my point is, like, I've heard people say Michael Jordan was douchey to them.
I kind of want Trump
I've heard
more
people.
right now.
I've known people that Mike Schmidt wasn't the easiest. Like, wasn't great with fans early in his career, not until almost his Hall of Fame induction.
Yeah.
And that may sour. You're like, I really
Lenny
like
Dykstra pukes on the R Park steps.
Yeah.
You
But
know?
my point is,
Rumors.
number one, it shouldn't have been Debbie to put this out there.
No.
Number two, if he was hurting people, and if this was an IRS thing, like if I'm the IRS, I'd go after Debbie. I'd be doing a fucking audit on Debbie.
Like a spite audit.
Oh yeah, I would turn her a-hole inside and out. Like,
Well, my whole thing with that kind of shit, it's like, oh, if you're trying to get them in trouble, like, don't throw stones at a glass house. Unless you have your shit together, why would you want to? Like, if I'm this girl's, like, if my mother-in-law went off like that on Facebook, I'd be like, yo, I don't know who the fuck you are. I would cut ties right then and there, and that would be the last I ever spoke to her.
I would have been, first of all, I would be like, you have no right to put this out here. I
Yeah,
never
the fuck?
okayed this.
So I just found the original thing and read through it, and of course she's getting like a whole lot of support in it because I mean I'm just gonna put it out there. She's like an elderly lady,
I'm not sitting here blasting Debbie because
but-
I'd be Debbie number 2.
but you gotta remember it's like her own thing. She probably only has like family or like friends on there. Anyway.
That doesn't
and
mean
it also
anything.
could have
No,
edited
you're
out
putting out there to public to see.
but it could have edited out negative ones. But I was just like, I'm like, that's a bold statement about the fucking IRS. That's fucked up. She's claiming that she knows about the IRS thing because he's taking out taxes and pocketing them, and says that her daughter-in-law is now screwed at tax time.
Okay, but
because there's missing.
But
things.
do you put it on? Here's my thing: is number one, do you put it
Yeah,
on
if
Facebook
that
or do you
was
call
true-
the IRS?
If that was real, I would put it out on Facebook.
But no, but how does that? Because here's my thing: is if yours a legal, you're gonna get lawyers involved.
You can call the IRS.
I'm saying call the IRS, get a lawyer.
You know, it's a cool move. Like, what?
Double down, do both.
She
Why
just
are
got
you so-
unfocused in this argument. She was talking about the business, and then she started doing the
Because she knows she doesn't have a leg to stand
Well,
on.
no, she
This
also
is
wanted
just-
to build a. It's just like
Yeah.
building a
But
case.
Yeah,
she's
this is
not
just-
personally going
credible
after
This
that.
is
to me
just,
when
this
she
is
brings
just a
up this
smear
other stuff.
campaign on the dude who owns Trauble.
Yeah.
Well, there was a website. I forget what the name was. It was based in like Colorado or something.
Is
like
it called like I'mADumbCunt.com / this lady?
No. But they would do is they would get charges and write them into news articles and then post them like just an article. But the problem with that is that kind of like my scenario with Danielle. If Danielle just left here today, said all 3 of the Delco Live guys touched me inappropriately, against my will, even though if it never happened, and she went there and said that to the police, and the police would charge. And I'm not talking accusations. They're not even charges yet. I actually misspoke. They're not even charges yet. These are accusations. These are complaints. People go to and they write them as articles, and they look for the more, gravier ones like this one is, and they post them into news articles. But they're not news. They're just somebody's complaint. And Danielle could just be a crazy lady looking for some sort of, payback to men or something or whatever. But my point is, they post them out there, and they got in trouble because there was no facts, and then people are putting out there, and now they're like, well, there's articles following people around because if you Google Steve Profit, this article comes up now. Like, well, that's not true, and then you have to sit there and you ruin somebody's. You could easily ruin somebody's credibility. Now,
New breaking developments.
What's that?
They posted 3 days ago. Great news. We were
Hold
back
on. You're jumping ahead here. There you go. So this is the Traub's Bakery.
Do you have the ones beyond this?
This is what they posted on the 9th. Traub's Bakery will be closed until further notice. This is their post. Due to weather damage and electrical issues, we apologize for any inconvenience, blah, blah, blah. We appreciate the support. I will announce when we reopen. Then on January 15th, they said, great news. We are back and baking all your favorites. Doors open Monday morning at 7 a.m. That would have been yesterday.
Everyone's allowed to come here except for Deb Hart.
Looking forward to all the loyal customers. Thank you. We
202
appreciate your business.
Yep.
A lot of people
42
clicking.
shares.
Do you have beyond that?
No.
They did not open yesterday. They did not open today, and people aren't getting refunded for their orders that they had in for yesterday and today.
Okay, so there might be more to this story.
Yeah.
That is my point. I
Juicy
think
poosey.
I made it abundantly clear. I'm not saying that Debbie was wrong in her statements. She could be 100% true. Right. I don't know. I'm just asking, should people be held accountable if it was lies or partial lies or sensationalized?
In a perfect world, yes.
Like, should people be held more accountable for things they say online, especially if it can hurt people's business and employees who could? Holbrook, do you remember? Here's a before Delco Live. It was an RDR moment.
Yeah.
Somebody posted on our social media that a certain diner was changing ownership, and we just put the Tom Jones. It was Tom Jones.
Our staff jumped the bus.
So Tom Jones, we got word that somebody said that it was from a person who was helped selling it, some realty place, that they were changing ownership, and they may change the name. They don't know yet. So we said, hey, we put a post. Tom Jones is being sold from what we understand, and may change. What's your favorite Tom Jones memory? And that was one of our biggest posts ever.
Because we basically told Tom Jones employees that they were going out of business. They
Yeah,
didn't know.
and you know what? We didn't say that. We just said we've heard it. And then most people responding was, oh, I remember, I hate that place. I love that place. Or their favorite or worst memories of it. But there was a lot. That thing was shared 10,000 times. It was some ridiculous number. And the guy that was making the sale actually hadn't gone through yet. But the realtor kind of spilled the beans a little too early. Then we got a wind of it. We literally somebody just posted it without even telling us, because we probably would have told them to read.
Now we have a system in place to avoid fraudulent information.
Yeah, and that person didn't go by the system, and that's why we had to change the system. But this was before Delco Live. But, I mean, did we put anything out there wrong? No. Did we put anything out there slanderish? No. But could we be held accountable for hurting a sale of a business? Or he said people were getting the employees were freaking out because they didn't know about it?
Yeah.
I got one that we really tiptoed around.
Yes.
Remember when Barnaby's was up for sale and we made all the joke things about how we wanted to buy it for all these whatever ridiculous fucking Percocets and T-shirts, and we did all that stuff, and then we found out that the sale didn't go through, and we heard the rumors, and apparently the rumors were true about why they went through, and they're fucking audacious claims.
Yeah.
But we could have fucking made a lot of attraction if we posted that, but we didn't. We didn't. And then eventually the sale did go through.
Yes. No, I mean, listen.
I'm not going to say what the accusations were, but they were spicy. You can find me at the bar, I'll tell you.
Yeah. And that's, I think, there's been a lot of things that we have not put on the air or on an article. Or we could have totally wrote an article about this. Big Trauble and Little Prospect, a great article title.
So investigative journalism. I'll taste test the cupcakes and see if they're
they're not open right now.
Buying.
Yeah,
this actually kind of reminds me of a very bizarre story when I was working at Coach's.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about it till right now. There was, oh my god, it's so weird on so many levels. There was this girl named China, not a wrestler.
China.
It was just coming in, and she liked women. She was hitting on me. She gave me her number.
Yeah.
And I
like
said,
where this is going.
no, thank you.
Spicy.
I don't go that way. Nothing.
Zesty.
No, it wasn't. No,
Yeah.
it wasn't.
Go Cats.
She and then, she would come in and she would ask for pickles. Just a bunch of pickles.
It doesn't sound like
not
she likes
fried
to pickle
pickles,
at all.
just pickle spears. She wanted a whole entire
pickle spears.
Just give me the whole
thing of
jar.
spears.
Did she say like that? Yeah, just give me the whole jar, Danielle. Just give me them pickles.
She just said a basket of pickles.
Or the dills.
So, and those are we don't have a price for those. They're free, and she was just trying to get them free. And then we found out after the third time she was coming in that she was going into the bathrooms and stuffing paper towels down the toilets and clogging them on purpose.
Yeah, people do that.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay, why?
Just to try to break stuff, like vandalism, I guess.
I don't know.
Some fucking jerk off did that at Bossy's a couple months ago.
I don't know. I think she had some sort of mental illness, and then we asked her. And then the final straw was the softball.
Oh, that's not the final straw. The free pickle, alluring pickles, and destroying plumbing wasn't enough.
Did she work for
well, we
Richard's
had
ice
to
cream?
call her out on the toilet clogging. I was like, you can't really come back here anymore if you're just going to come here and just stuff paper towels down the toilet. And she's like, I didn't do that. I'm like, yeah, you did. you're the only person. This bar is full of dudes. You're the only person who went into the girls' bathroom. And then she was like, well, this softball team, because there was a softball team, they're way too loud in here. They're way too loud. I just want to have a nice dinner of pickles, and it's too loud. And she said, I'm going to go home right now.
Wait, hold on. I just wanted a nice dinner of pickles.
Well, she just said, I just wanted to sit here and have a nice dinner. But in my head, I'm thinking, well, you ate pickles, but it's fine. And
how did she eat this pickle? Like, was it
It
slow? Like
I wasn't
little nibbles
watching.
at a time.
Whatever floats your boat.
I'm just trying to paint the picture.
I'm going to say she took like regular sized bites. And then she said, because like it was too loud and I called her out on the toilet clogging. She goes, well, that's it. It's too loud in here. I can't enjoy a nice dinner. I'm writing a negative Yelp review about you guys, and you guys will fail as a business.
Love it.
Because of her one Yelp review.
Love
And
it.
I was like, all right. Like, if that takes you never coming back again, then great. But
Well,
but
that's kind of what.
But you can have crazy people. Okay, so the whole point of that is you can
Yeah.
have people who are just like are not on this planet.
Yes.
Who can write that, and I don't know what she would write, but if she was like the service sucked, it was too loud, like I couldn't enjoy my nice dinner, then it could like be like, oh, if I'm out of town, which is Coaches is near the airport, I might not go there.
No, you're right, and that's kind of like that's my problem with Yelp and Google reviews and all that. Because, like you said, any jack. I actually, if you ever go for my other job, I work in the medical field. I am not a nurse, but if you ever read a review from I don't know, like 5-6 years ago, the overweight, out of shape nurse thinks he knows more than he does. That's what I was referred to as.
Oh my God!
It's still kind of like a running joke in my office. But without getting into any details, the story was the person was asking for something they should have. They were told they were denied something.
They want painkillers?
Did I say that? No.
Did they want
painkillers?
Did they want pickles?
They wanted pickles. We denied them pickles and we had every right to do so. That person left, slamming the door, and then went on and wrote a Yelp or something review calling me an out of shape, overweight nurse.
That one hurt, didn't it?
It stung a little bit. It did.
I needed some painkillers afterwards. Thankfully, I had some.
Yeah.
But no, and that's my thing is, and like they do allow you as the business or the person that their Google reviews I know have. I don't know about all of them, but like you have to sign up for it. But like you have to go and you can kind of sorry that you had such a bad experience. But I couldn't go on there and say, sorry, you did get what you want and you're going to act like an a-hole and then you're going to wurt a bad review.
Dan Wolf was the king at fucking nipping shit in the bud on the fucking face.
Yeah, but my problem with that is, does that help you in some ways or hurt you more?
He won people over with his like customer service.
Okay.
He would be like, it took 2 hours and I got the wrong order. He's like, yo, bring it back free of charge and like we'll give you this. I'm sorry this happened, and it would just win people over. It was half his fucking.
Well, I'm saying no. There's nothing wrong with saying
probably.
like. Say like your person went and tried to write a very like I did not have a good time there. The staff was not nice. The food was terrible. The atmosphere was horrible. Blah blah blah. And you could simply go out there as your place and say, "Listen, we're sorry that you had a bad time. If you would."
No.
No, but I'm just saying like you couldn't go on there and tell them that because people would think either you're making it up or then you're the bad guy if you sat there and said, "Oh, I'm sorry, you were just coming in and eating all our pickles, and then you were stuffing our toilets with paper towels and causing damage to our plumbing system."
I wanted that Yelp review to be. She never wrote a Yelp review, but I wanted it to be written so bad I couldn't even sleep for like a couple weeks, just like thinking about what I was going to say
staring
back.
at Yelp like,
No,
yes.
I had like so many good things to say back to this, like, and it never happened. It never came to fruition.
You want to know? I mean, one fucking example that we dealt with obviously here was the infamous Stingers on the waterfront cheeseburger with the maggot.
Oh
in it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Where it's just like they fucking did that. Stingers was so apologetic.
But that was. But
hold on.
Okay.
And they fucking the video stayed out there. Stingers apparently handled it like so perfectly. Like they comped the whole thing, gave a gift card. We're just so like whatever. It came up with the whole thing about like this is a lettuce fucking maggot, but there's no way we would have known it. We just threw it on there. Our bad. It's not about rancid meat or anything. And apparently the customer was just like a real jerk about it.
Yeah.
To the point where you just start going like Stingers almost started to win themselves over that they had done it.
Well,
Like,
people with that situation, a lot of Stingers had both Stingers and the one in Sea Cane, and then of course the one on the waterfront was the one that had the issue. and people came and defended it because that was like their place they wanted to go. And listen, there's nothing wrong with being having such a. I've had people like. I had food. I got really sick. I'm not saying I had food poisoning from a place, but I have. But in the back of my head, every time I eat here or think about it, it makes me nauseous. So I get not going back there. Like I can understand.
Oh, like being CK Pizza because it's poison.
But I can understand the person who found the maggot saying I can't go back there just because it brings up nauseating memories for me. But take their apology and not go out there and blast them online. Like I don't know.
Like if CK Pizza apologized for like their existence and like since they opened in 1976, I would accept it. I mean, I wouldn't go there anymore because they're poison. I'm kidding, to an extent. Can't sue me.
So wait, so
It's opinion.
I had hot snakes while you guys were talking about this. So you're saying that if somebody wrongs you,
Wait, did you just say hot snakes?
Yeah.
I just put that together. What that was.
Yeah.
You said it earlier, and I didn't get it. But you just came back from pooping, so now it all makes sense.
Yeah,
Oh
but
my
like, so you're
God,
saying like
great.
if you go to a restaurant and the restaurant like fucks up, or you get like something gross, then you can't bash them online.
I'm not saying you can't bash them online.
You can't in a Delco restaurant review. The fucking world will come down
Yeah.
on you.
Oh, yeah. First of all, they're fucking
there's a-
cunts.
Unless you're Eric's Pizza.
Let me ask you a
In which
question.
case everyone hated
Fuck
it.
There's a
Definitely.
difference between like,
That's
and we were kind of
awful.
talking how that one here. I'll pop it right back up on the screen real quick. This one, I think Danielle, you said it when Debbie's thing. Like the beginning half was like on point of the complaints that somebody could have, but then you start losing it when you call them a schmuck and then start talking about the personal life stuff.
Now,
So-
if it was a situation where like if she was a customer and the dude was being a jerk off to her, and she called off being a jerk off to her, not like whatever he's doing outside of there, because whatever you do outside of your day job does not affect your day job. Does that make
Unfortunately,
sense?
that's not true. Ask some actors. Some
No, I get that, but I'm saying like,
yeah.
but for us, for like menial shit, like
Yeah.
we're not in the like that thing. We're not in the public eye.
Well,
I mean, kind of,
Yeah,
but
we
like
kind of are.
kind of, but not like it's not like we're fucking Celine Dion or somebody's like super
I
famous.
can't walk into Casey's jerking off with a Klan hood on my fucking head and have it not affect Delco Live.
That's Al's Wednesday.
Thursdays.
I know
Yeah.
what you're
Disney
saying.
on
Personal
Wednesdays.
life does no
Right,
business.
but like
being in
yeah,
To a
exactly.
point. To a
But like
point.
let's say like we
Unless
all
it's
go to a hotel and the
legal.
hotel like here's a trip for you. So in 2020, my buddy took a road trip to Maine. I was like, all right, cool. We get to the hotel and the hotel winds up being like the Summit Inn of fucking Portland, Maine. We get there, the place is overrun with junkies and dudes selling dope. They're selling dope like just openly out in like the courtyards of the place. We get in our room, we find blood, needles, and dope in the room. They don't want to give us a refund. They tell us, "Oh, you guys probably planned it there." So, in my defense, when I went and complained, like we climbed the corporate ladder as high as we could to get as much of our money back as we could, 'cause we had like $400 invested just in the room. And they told us we planned it there, and I was like, "Oh, so I drove 6
Hold on,
hours
I gotta
to."
cut you off for a second. KGG, who called you a see you next Tuesday? Which owner? Yeah, go ahead.
Sweet KGG. No one talks to my baby that way. We're getting married at Delco Day 7.
Baby.
We're
I
gonna
don't know
snip
which
each other's
company
butts.
Called her the C word.
Hopefully, it was the
The
fucking
restaurant.
Which one?
Just says the restaurant. Which restaurant?
Which restaurant? Stingers? Also, were you being a C word?
Did it just
Was it
fall
Fading
out?
Goat?
Yeah. It's like when remember yesterday when what did I bug out about? I said something. I said, "Yo, that motherfucker across the bar literally just told me to shut the fuck up and threw X hands at me." And you know what Carrie said? The correct answer. Was it provoked?
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah, I deserved it.
Actually, like this.
Oh, every time, Holbrook, every time you go off, I'm just like, man, that man needs a Snickers. There's more to the
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
He's just hungry. But no, I feel like if you have a situation where you are wronged, as long as you're willing to back it up and defend yourself. Now, if the company's like, hey, listen, that was a fucking moment of weakness. We are sorry. How can we rectify this? Cool. Because I don't always have to accept your apology, but I can also just move on too. However, I had a company one time I left a bad review for because they fucked me up. The whole situation was just a mess. Begged me to take my review down. I told them no.
Yeah.
I got one.
That's false advertising. Oh, I'm supposed to sit here and I had the worst experience of my life, waste $1,000 just for you to tell me that
Well,
go
so
pound
now here's the
sand?
thing: is you're out $1,000. You had a bad experience.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you shouldn't be able to do that. Let me just make that abundantly clear. Let's go back to a minute, just a second, and backtrack to the maggot lettuce conversation.
Yeah.
Does a person have a right to say the experience that they had? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I had a very traumatic experience. I ordered something that had a maggot on it. I was disgusted.
Yeah, that was gross, man.
Now, then on top of it, I know Stingers came out and said, listen, we will offer you $100 in gift cards, a free meal. You know,
So-
hold on one
Okay.
second. All this stuff. Now, once again, back to what I said earlier. Maybe this person's like, no offense to you guys,
Yeah.
I can't come back. It's just something that will stick with me.
Get it.
At least not anytime soon. My question is, what's the next level then? At what point should that person double down and go, well, F you, I can't come back there? Or if they say they're not coming back, should they offer them cash or
Because my thing is,
but does
why?
that stop there? Like, what is the like? How do you put that into cash? Like into a denomination? Like, what is worth you biting into a maggot hamburger?
Nothing. If I got maggots in my food, let's say we're at like a Stingers type place, and I told them like, "Oh, cool, we'll just give you a gift card for the next time you come back." I'm not coming fucking back.
You got to comp my whole bill and then probably give me a $100 gift card.
Yeah, $100 Visa gift card. I'm not coming back here. Fuck
I
you guys.
insure places like that, and like if that shit happens, it's essentially. I'm dead serious when I say this is fucking some insider shit. We tell them we're like, see what they want first, and we'll come from there. And sometimes it is, a couple $100 plus your whole bill.
Yeah.
You can
I'll tell you a story.
Paying this shit.
$350.
One of
we may
the
pay it.
one of the original guys, RDR, Pat. We were at a wedding years ago. It wasn't his wedding, and we were staying at the hotel connected to the banquet hall, and we were all in the same group of rooms, and people were drinking and having a good time, kind of going room to room. Nobody was being extraordinarily loud or anything. But later down the line, a few days later, they see like 4 or 5 extra room charges. Like, not just the room that they got for the night, but like 5 other rooms on their charge. So like there's like a $1,500, $2,000, whatever charge on top of whatever they already paid for their room, because people complained that they were loud and that they couldn't sleep that night. And I was there, and I could tell you that. All right, so even if you want to say, oh, you were there, maybe you were too drunk to know if you were allowed or not. But nobody came.
I hate when people ask that.
Nobody came and knocked on the door saying, "Hey, can you keep it down?" There's people who can't sleep, or hey, can you stop partying? It's too late.
Here's
nobody.
my thing.
Hold on one second.
Yeah.
Nobody complained, and instead of saying something when they left, hey, listen, we had about 4 or 5 complaints. We're gonna have to charge you for their rooms because we had to comp their rooms because you guys were being too loud. Not until they got a credit card charge for an additional $2,000.
That's so the hotel's 100% wrong.
That should be fraud, huh?
Yeah, that's terrible.
That should be fraud
Yeah.
without at least a warning.
Because here's the thing: when it comes to weddings and stuff like that, and you have all those people booking a thing, they're not supposed to put other people near your block of rooms.
Well, at one point, say if you got a block of rooms, say you got like 20 rooms. At one point, unless there's 20 rooms on one floor or one wing of the place, you're going to be near somebody. So if you're towards the end of where the block starts,
and even then, like the hotels, it shouldn't be unless you come up to me and tell me or call
and
me.
I
Hey,
say, F off, a-hole, and act like a drunk moron. And then you say, listen, if you don't stop, I'm going to have to charge your room. And then 15 minutes goes by and we're still being loud and drunk. Okay, I was warned.
Yeah,
I was
but
warned at that
if there's
point.
no conversation between us,
you
then
don't
you're
even
just
tell them
charging.
you're going to do that. Listen, maybe they didn't know they were going to do that when they left.
That's easally defensible too, because you just find the contract of what you fucking signed up and be like, "Where the fuck did I sign off on that being a policy?"
They probably in there. I would imagine that's in there. I've heard of that being in there. But my point is, there should be something saying like, you will be warned initially, and if you do not heed the warning, then you will be. They actually ended up getting their money back because of the place. But that's something that you should put out there. Like this company, like you said, it's borderline illegal, if not illegal, fraudulent. That they should put out there. Once again, I know we're kind of like jumping all over the place. There's a lot of different scenarios, but if you try, like if you just did something wrong, like I don't think they purposely put a maggot on this person's burger to do the situation. If the person, if the place apologizes, number one, an apology goes a long way in my world, and people just don't take that. They always have to have some sort of reparation of some sort. I don't know.
Come on now.
No, but my point is like they have to have something.
This isn't the week for that.
Right next to Martin Luther King.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
The word reparation is more than just that. But
You're right.
Yeah.
But when you say it all smelled like that,
Wonder why you know the word.
Because I'm not illiterate or a moron. I know words. Thank you.
I only started hating fucking Alabama football in like 1971.
Oh God.
Some people get the reference.
That's.
But my point is, at what point is it wrong? At what point is it wrong? Like when if they apologize, offer them the gift cards, they don't want them. They say, "Sorry, I don't want your gift cards because I don't want them because I'm never coming back there." Say they still all said, "We'll give you $100 Visa gift card," like kind of like you said. At that point, should that almost be like a legal case where like you're not allowed to bash them anymore about that situation?
You can make them sign off on shit like that.
Well, yeah, but
Well, at that
it's
point,
too
it's
late
kind of
already
like
out there.
at that point the situation's been settled. Where like, hey, I'm not going to take down my post because I want other people to know that this is in the world of possibilities at this restaurant, but I will not continue to push the issue.
And you don't take the gift card then if that's your...
Stingers, I
Really?
think.
Well, like if you're like,
Yeah.
I want to push this, like
Oh, yeah, like, if I was like let's
Don't
say
like-
like we went to like Dolan's and I was like, oh cool, fucking Jim come to my beer, I would be like, all right, cool, I'm fucking bashing you guys. And if Dolan's like, oh cool, dude, I'll just keep giving you, I'll give you
That's
$100
the
gift
pale
card.
hell.
If PJ was like, I'll give you $100 gift card to come back, I'm like, I'm not coming back here.
but if you got like
So-
yeah.
I'm not coming back,
This
I'm
is
coming to the beer.
useless to me. That, or if they were like, you know what, well, fuck you, deserve to come in your beer. Oh, dude, I'm bashing you all day.
Well, yeah,
There are some people who deserve to have their beers come in. Let's start
Yeah.
with that too.
Dude, cum beers are fucking... Yo, I'm not going to say names. My buddy admitted to me that he comes in cups and jars.
Why am I just learning
In
this? I mean,
jars.
why am I learning this?
Yeah, I
Where
fucking-
is this going with the conversation?
Yeah,
that we're having?
I was going to call you guys yesterday, but he was like, please don't say it, because everyone's going to figure out
Does
it's
he work
me.
at any restaurants that we shouldn't go?
No, like at his house.
Just kidding.
I'm pretty sure he has Asperger's, but he was like, I got tired of cleaning it up. I was like, what do you mean cleaning it up? He's like, I got tired of wiping it off myself. I was like, where are you coming? And
Did
then
you tell him to just go to the bathroom and do it in the bathtub?
Can I
I'm
ask
talking
a
about it.
question? Why are we talking about this
Thank
because
you.
dude, he fucking comes in cups, and I had to tell you guys.
on air?
There hasn't been enough cum talk on this show.
I'm
I miss
starting to worry.
I miss Spaz.
Starting to worry a little bit. Here.
We're fucking Wapples in Seattle right now.
My God. Al, tell us about our sponsors.
I honestly, we were actually having like an educated conversation, like a back and forth, and you just
He
Comes in
dropped
Dixie
the C
cups.
word about 8 times.
So
and he
you
fucking has
said
said
cunt more than me.
And by the way, we played it off very well. We didn't like. We worked our way around it. We drove right past it. We didn't stop and gawk at it. We just kept going. But there you go. Yeah,
coming in cups.
coming in jars. You know.
He's a cup
Coming
cover.
in
dude.
hot.
He's
Just
a cup
like a
cover,
helicopter.
dude. Freaks me out.
Does he seal the jars back up after?
No, he said it was just like a jar, like a mason jar he's like drinking out of.
So,
Oh.
Dolans brings up a point,
So
which
whack.
I've told Danielle, and I had to have told
Oh
you,
my god, this is
Al.
my favorite story of yours.
The porn
of all
star
time.
sells fucking.
Oh, wait, no, this is
she
not-
sells jars with her farts in it. In 2012, I quit a job and I put my resume folded up in a jar, farted in the jar, sealed it up, gave it to them, and I said I didn't have anywhere to protect it. It was raining outside, so she opens it up to fucking read my resume letter and just gets my fucking fart in her face.
That's like that is my
Pennsylvania
favorite
mentor.
story. I just
I'll fucking
didn't
put
know
it
if
on
you had
record.
like. Did
Fuck,
you do
name
a
is
test
Da-
run? Like, how did you know that it was going to stay in there?
Ginger Snaps Photography says book me for photos and CDO. So if you guys want a good CDO,
Is that
New
like,
C word?
yeah? Is that cracker video?
Gas blasts. Yeah, no, I farted in a jar.
We actually do have a question about that. Like,
Yeah.
how long was it until like what's
Yeah,
the what
between-
is the
yeah.
shelf life of a fart in
Yeah.
a jar?
well,
I don't know. I woke up.
Well,
and
listen, hold on.
fucking
I don't
did it
think
and
it's the
drove it
shelf
in.
life. I mean, could a
Jar life?
gas like ultimately over time leak out a jar? I'd imagine so, unless it's airtight.
Well, the joy is it could have still actually gotten into the paper, and the paper probably still.
no, but that's my point. Is it probably just
like,
became
like wet
funky.
underpants.
Like if anything, like it wasn't like it wasn't like when you open the jar they
Pissed
It's
on
hard.
That's
It's
what
like-
you made it sound like it was. Like,
Yeah.
no, but you took the when you put your hand in, pulled out the jar like
Like a
Holbrook
can
said,
of snakes
Oh,
that
you
pop out.
probably
of you.
just stankified the note.
Yeah, like how like people put like cologne or like perfume on notes to send to prisoners.
Yeah.
It was that with his fucking.
That's kind of what I was going.
Yeah,
that
with his
girl
boy
eats a lot of
puss.
beans a day.
What's up?
There were so many one-liners in that video. She eats like cans of beans.
That's so
She says
fucking
she
lit.
stopped
Is she
dude.
hot at least?
Yeah.
Who?
The girl who farts in the mason jars. For,
How much were the jars going for? That's what I want to know.
80 to like fucking hundreds of dollars.
No, she does put like paper mache or like heart-shaped petals. No, rose petals. She puts rose petals in there because then the fart will absorb into the rose petal and it will last.
Can we use the Delco Live credit card and buy one?
I kind of want to.
Wait,
Yeah,
yes,
let's buy a
you
jar
should.
of farts, dude.
She's still in business.
She stopped selling farts. I'm sure we can convince her.
Can we start selling our farts?
Can we get farts from
Yeah. Oh, dude, listen. I had hot snakes back there, and it was a little fucking gassy.
That's what I was thinking.
And
of,
that's also
from
true.
Dolan's, yeah.
That's a good point. How do you know it's that person's
Well, it's just
fart?
like a phone sex operator. Like you see this video of this hot chick. Call us. All this hot.
Hey, dude, all those
girl.
girls look
And it's
just
like
like me.
it's actually Holbrook.
Yeah.
it's
All those girls look just
oh
like
my
me,
God,
dude.
you make me so fucking hot.
It's me doing my fucking Mayor of Upper Darby voice for the
Yeah.
nativity scene.
I think she charges extra for them to see the making of the jar. Because I really, when I saw that video, I wanted to see how it was made.
Dude,
was like,
I watched dude put a jar in his ass and the jar shattered.
Yeah, we've all seen that.
Yeah, it was
I have
fantastic.
not, but it's okay.
What?
Oh, now he
Alright,
wants to go
we'll
to
play them.
Chicago to go to Exotica.
I'll go to Chicago. I'll go to Exotica in Chicago.
My name Peggy. Well,
My name Peggy.
We were actually having a logical back and forth. Thank you, Prophet, for ruining it. So
Megan the Stallion.
what?
It all ties in those two comments. When we went to Exotica, there was a porn star called Peggin the Stallion instead of Megan the Stallion, and she pegs people.
We can
That's
tie
awesome.
it back. I wonder if there's any like Yelp reviews about mason jars with farts in it. Like, I
Yeah.
wonder
Could
what
you
those
imagine?
reviews
Could
are.
you imagine like sitting there and just like, oh, like this girl's like
should look them
OnlyFans.
up.
I
Like,
got a
look-
jar and it. I don't think there was a real fart.
Yeah.
I think it was just a small queen.
You said beans. This smells like salad.
Dude,
Yeah.
the greatest reviews ever is, me and Carrie, we found it the one night. I wish she was here. It was
R.I.P.
we
Carrie.
we literally we're just curious. We're like, are butt plugs on fucking Amazon? Yes, they are. And fun fact, the used ones are cheaper, are more expensive than the new ones.
Oh.
And we went and looked at the review, and it was one chick out of Wisconsin who wrote this ridiculous one. She's like, love this way. It's a great way to get into butt play. It really stretched it out, and it really just made me feel like a woman. So we just copy and pasted it and started putting on random things. It'd be like, oh, a Craftsman wrench. This is a great way to get into butt play and really stretch it out. Like, whatever. A kid's fucking, like, swing set. It's a great way to get into butt
Mr.
play.
Potato Head.
If you're in Catholic school,
Well, the one of the Amazon used to have like people for like weird, useless gadgets, like kitchen gadgets. Like why would you need that? So there was one that made me die. I think
Like
we
a
did.
slap chop?
We covered this on RDR years ago.
you really will.
No, the banana slicer, which was literally just a piece. It was a plastic
Yeah.
outline of a banana, and then it had like little slices, so you just press it down.
Just like the one where they make for cakes. So
Yeah.
it's like evenly cut up if it's a
Yeah.
It literally in one push will take your banana and slice it into 10 pieces. Even though a butter knife could do it in about a half a second longer.
And
Yeah.
that'd be $20 cheaper.
And then there's like all those little ridges to clean.
Yeah, so that's the point. Like, it
in
was
the
the
sink with
Don't
comments.
just eat the fucking banana, by the way. I mean,
Who do you, I mean, I can understand. Like, I like when I was younger because my mom would only buy cornflakes.
I'm a freak.
I like banana sliced up my
Yeah,
cornflakes, so
banana
I did
cereal
like that.
actually
But
really good.
but my point is like it is so useless. I have a butter knife. I could do that in seconds. Like I don't have. Even if I was like a little lady, it still like take like 60 seconds to do it.
break them. They're bananas.
Yeah.
They're weak.
Yes, but the funniest part is Hold on, I gotta pull it up. Hold on one second. Holbrook,
You'll love my nuts. You really
Holbrook,
will.
talk about Vegas vapes for a second.
Oh man, wow, I get to do these. I'd never do these. All right. So anyways, everyone out there, you got to check out our great sponsors at Vegas Vapes. You can check them out at vegasvapes.com. They got 4 easy and convenient locations. They got Bryn Mawr, Folsom, Trapp, Upper Darby. That's all 4 corners of the county. You can check them out on Vegas Vapes on Facebook, on the Google, on the Googler. You can go on Snapchat. Each one's got its own specific location. You can order ahead of time. They will still do curbside pickup even though COVID's weaning down. Check them out on Instagram. They got some cool shit.
Can't wean.
Trust me, it's great. Next, Al. Let's not forget about the most Delco bar 2 years in a row and still reigning undefeated. 24 East Sellers Avenue, Ridley Park, Pennsylvania. This shit's all outdated, but I know there's specials. You got Wolf's Taqueria, a.k.a. Taqueria Lobo, coming in there. They're going to be doing more and more specials. They're going to become a permanent installment with a real set schedule. Trust me, they have at least 5 tacos that are unbelievable. They'll also make you little nachos with them. It was a great way to spend Sunday, and I don't think they're over with it. They got $2 tacos, $4 margaritas. I don't know about that shit on
on Monday. I don't head over there on Mondays. But they got Quizzo on Tuesday, hosted by Delco Jesus. It's spectacular, and they got fun for the rest of the 114 hours of the week. Next. Fat Cal Jerky, what are you doing waiting here when you could, as soon as you're done giving us ratings, go over to fatcaljerky.com and type in that promo code for Delco. They got some of the best shit you'll ever have. That Reaper will fuck your butt up but make your mouth so happy. They're fucking, the pickle one and the breakfast maple.
That's why he doesn't
Balls. It's so good. You can find them on Facebook. You can find them on Instagram. Yo, get those orders in. They'll get them to you.
All right, so here, real quick, I'll show you what I'm
It's
talking
the
about.
best it's ever been done
Well,
now.
fuck your butt up and
You
make
did.
your
You
mouth
did
so
say
happy.
that fucking Vegas Babe says four inconvenient locations at the corners of the
Did you even say
county.
inconvenient?
Yeah,
I meant to say convenient. My bad.
they know what you meant.
Yeah,
I think everyone who smokes vape probably isn't awake yet for the day.
All right, so here we go. Let me just put this.
Date
up here.
vapist.
So,
Cereal vapist.
Yeah,
all right, so here. This is it's
he
the
vaped a kid.
so guys. It's called the Hertzler banana
With the
slicer.
bubbles? Oh.
Did you try to put your pee in it?
Hutzler 571 banana
I
slicer.
do not think that there was a banana slicer in 1938.
Yeah, fresh since 1938. So see, it's just this little thing. You
I hate
place-
it.
I hate it.
So let's go here.
I hate it.
Oh wait, there's like a strawberry slicer. What was the other one?
Yeah, they have other ones. So
I hate them.
I only speak Spanish. Will it work on plantos?
Plantains?
Plantones? I don't know. Yes, it does work on banana pants. Plantos. Somebody said yes, it does work on banana plants. Have you guys ever gotten like a thing you bought from Amazon and like they'll send you an email and ask you to review?
Yeah.
I got one where like they're like, is that made out of something plastic and chemicals? I said,
Read the second one.
I'm waiting to get my my stuff back from NASA, and I'll let you know the answer once I get my report back.
Dude, question number 2. I bought one of these from the day I set it down in my kitchen. My bananas have stopped talking to me. What now? Answer. Be very concerned. My bananas did the same thing. I figured it would pass, but 2 days later, the 897H human slicer arrived in the mail. Oh, fuck balls.
That was 2013, by the way.
Is there any metric version? My mom lives in Europe, but I don't want to send her one that will work in her country. Oh, shit. I ran into the same problem with my friend who is banana freak overseas. Though Hutzler does have a metric version of the 571, you need to first convert the name from 571 to its metric name, adding confusion to the whole process. Oh, my God, dude.
Does it work on cucumbers?
Hold on, the pictures get better. If you see, look at the picture down here. They did it the other way.
Hold on, zoom in. I can't see.
I don't know if I can do it.
That's the best.
Intriguing but perplexing device. I'm arguing about this product with my wife.
And perplexing.
She is claiming it was yet another useless kitchen gadget, me arguing that it was a kitchen necessity, like a spoon, and me ending up at the municipal sanitarium more than once. We finally agreed to take the plunge. I laid awake for 4 nights straight anticipating its arrival. It came in a discreet package, and I tore it open with bananas at the ready. No user manual was included, so I put 25 years of post office sorting skills to experience to work. I was able to remove it from its packaging, but I found it to only make mush out of my bananas when it was used. Refer to the attached picture. Therefore, I can only give it 3 stars review. P.S. I did find it very useful for sorting envelopes, but then again, I may be biased in this assessment.
Oh, my God, dude.
My mom lives in Europe. I don't want to send her one that won't work in her country.
Oh, I just read that one. That one's great.
Can this be used on cucumbers? I feel like that's a real question.
Yeah, that's a legitimate question.
No, but like people are...
I need one in the metric.
Does it only come in yellow? Do you need a concealed slicer permit to carry the shoe in the car's closed
glove compartment?
I guess glove compartment
Or
insurance. The description says it's good for cereal. Which cereal? My oatmeal just gets mushed up in it. Slice your oatmeal before cooking it, dummy. I mean, these are old. Like, this has been around for a while. A friend of mine used the Ace 571 to slice a few bananas, but actually sliced too many. Is there any reverse mode to unslice them?
Oh my God.
The manual is not helpful.
We should make a banana unslicer.
One that fixes this.
Yeah, basically, you just mush it up.
Look
and
at
then,
the
like,
picture.
They have a mold that makes it in a banana shape again.
Yes.
Look at the picture.
This. Oh, sad and happy.
Our bananas curved the wrong way.
Be careful of wrong way bananas. Oh, God. I can probably read these all night.
Oh my God, that's brilliant.
Will this lead to a Planet of the Apes scenario if monkeys get to use this technology?
God, that's good.
Is the 571 Old Testament or New Testament? Oh, my God.
Is there a solar-powered version of the 571?
Is there a model for left-handed people? Is it possible to get a motorized version of the groundbreaking product? Also need to be diesel-powered since I'm Amish. I forgot to slice my banana and ate it whole. What's going to happen? How many songs can it hold? I'm just laughing at Holbrook laughing at these things. My power went out and I thought to myself, now will be a good time to have a nice sliced banana. Ollie, my banana tasted like a pickle. What the hell? After a month of reliable use, my 571 is reporting codec not supported on all bananas. Has there been a banana format change recently? Seriously though, does this thing really work? All right, I think that's enough.
Dude, I just gotta chirp in. I love that one page I sent over to the fucking group where it's like outlaws of Eastern PA and West Jersey or whatever, and it was just like a dude from Derby, whatever his crimes were.
Where the
And it
things
was-
like this is a real page.
Yeah, and it was just like in the description, it's like 5'9", 210 pounds, wanted for this, wanted for that, last known address this, and then it just literally said, "Yes, this is a real page. Stop asking us." In each description of each fucking criminal.
Compare that to a Comcast remote.
It's like cock. That's what makes it funny.
Oh, that's all
Danielle.
I got, and then some. That made me laugh.
All right, guys, the show ran a little long tonight, but we enjoyed having you, so we're going to get going. Anything else goes?
We gotta cut it up into banana segments.
Oh, God. Are you done?
I've been.
All right, guys, we'll see you next week.
Tits.